Kings and Angels.
Jump on board. We got room. The Halo train is rolling as we welcome you to our Angels live pregame presented by Spectrum. And right here on FanDuel Sports Network from the Big A, your Angels taking on the Athletics, going for the sweep. They beat them 6 consecutive games this season, and they're only 4 back. That's right, 4 games back in the AL West. And we got a great show for you, and I promise you that. What a great game it was last night. Heroics from Nolan Shawnuel, Travis d'Arnaud, and the Professor on the bump for the sweep, fresh off of his 100th career victory. And we're going to shower a little love on the local lad, Max Muncy, Thousand Oaks High School, repping the Athletics. And we welcome you, everybody, down here on the field. We've got the sun out and the big guns out in Mark Gubazza and Garrett Anderson. And I'm merely Patrick O'Neill. I tell you what, that was so much fun last night. I've only said it once. For Nolan Shawnuel to come up like that, and Travis d'Arnaud also, was enormous, right? Because he was robbed, and then he came through. That was huge, Chief.
No, it was huge, and he took it on his shoulders and had a great at bat and delivered a big hit at the end of the game last night, and what proved to be the winner. And I just love when you see those things like last night. He was in the box before Neto even walked to first base, so he took it personal. I mean, I took it personal as well in those situations, so it was good to see him come through.
That's the beauty of baseball. I think like no other sport where you can have a home run rob, one of the greatest plays the game has ever seen, and then the very next day, you walk it off. I mean, how does that happen? But, that's why you just got to forget what happened the day before. And he swung the bat well yesterday, and, he continues to swing the bat well against lefties, righties. He's putting the ball in play. And you're right. I really hated Atencio walking anybody, because I always thought that guy coming up next just wants to crush me so bad. No matter what I'm going to throw up there, he's going to have a good chance to get a good swing.
And we'll show you Nolan itching in the box to come through in a bit. But let's take you to the beginning of the 10th inning heroics. And obviously we don't get there if it wasn't for Travis d'Arnaud coming off the bench with that big bottom 8 pinch hit home run to tie it. Detmer's Gooby, I mean, this guy is electric right now.
Right now, that confidence in his fastball, he's 97 consistently, whether it's above the strike zone or even in the middle part of the plate. His curveball, that get-over curveball to start in the bat, his slider's been real good. And I'll tell you what, he has that edge about him now, pitching in that spot.
Yeah, in this situation right here, delivering the game-winning hit is just, those are just good feelings you have as a hitter, and you actually take those into the next day.
So there's Joe Adell. He was that automatic base runner. I think Nolan was trying to get a double out of that. That's why he was rounded second. That's his first career walk-off. And there's Erica being pulled into the fray. I got to say, she handled herself with absolute excellence in the moment. Neto, not so much. He missed everybody.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss by Puckett.
That's about the only thing he has missed of late, for sure. Okay, G.A., you mentioned this. I just want to ask you, when they maybe intentionally walked Vladdy to get to you, they had to throw the 4 pitches, gave you more time to think about it. Shawnuel was in there before Neto even reached first base.
And let me preface it, Vladdy was a better hitter than me, so it was okay to walk him in front of me. But yes, I love this. He's already in the box before Neto goes. He's sending a clear signal to everybody that I want to be in the box, and I'm driving a run right here.
Well, his numbers against left-handed pitching, he's 6 for his last 10 versus lefties. I mean, that's remarkable.
And the breaking ball.
And the breaking ball. Right? And he stays on the ball so well. By the way, he was as fast as I've ever seen him. We can crush him now because he got that game-winning hit. We always say he's invisible out there on the bases. We got the third base quicker than I've ever seen him get there.
He also picked up a stolen base at back-to-back nights. Nolan Shawnuel deserves the respect right now on his name. He's playing great baseball. Jose Soriano was the best we've seen him. And one thing, Gooby, right, to go to you on Soriano is Wash said he has got to take that edge every single time he goes out there.
Yeah, and he a bit of a conversation with Barry Enright in between starts their bullpen session on how to stay on top of the baseball. We talked about that yesterday, the need for that. He was 98 to 100 the entire game. 12 strikeouts. His knuckle curve was great. His slider was solid at the top. He didn't even need his splitter yesterday. That sinker yesterday, GA, was as good as it. Look how relaxed he was on that. He was not overthrown any pitches at all last night.
Yeah, and his curveball was, for me, set up a lot of the game for him last night because he got a ton of swing and miss out of the zone with his fastball. That lets you know that they couldn't sit around and just wait back, that they were actually trying to cheat a little bit to get in touch with him.
GA, Rooker breaks up the no-no. I'm sure you broke it up a no-no late in the game. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, it does. But, you know, it's just one of those little blips in the game last night. By and large, he did what he wanted to do last night.
G, just another take, from you on how good he is. If you're up in the box facing this, how tough is it?
When you have an upper 90s fastball and then they're dropping an off-speed pitch, there's just such a big difference between the speed of the fastball and the curveball. It makes it extremely difficult to hit. And for me, what I would do, I would just sit on one pitch. You can't cover both in that situation.
All right.
That StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud shows you how incredible striking at 9 batters with your sinker. Trust me, for a guy who threw a sinker, if I got 1 strikeout a game, maybe on a sinker, because hitters like GA and the rest of them, they like fastballs down. And he struck out 9 guys with that.
So why? So how
it was so effective because it started at the knees and ended up sinking well below. Didn't hurt being 99 to 100 either. But it was amazing because he was so relaxed. But Ron Washington said it best. His look the entire game, he looked like a fighter out there.
He mentioned you.
He was like the 4th line guy on the hockey team. You weren't messing with him last night.
It was nice to hear Wash say channel Gooby a little bit because you took it like that. That's the vibe you took every single time to the bump. Or after the game, it was a gem from Soriano, and this is what Erica Weston found out.
Career high 12 strikeouts tonight. How did you feel with everything that was working on the mound tonight?
¿Cómo te sientes esta noche que tuviste tus más ponches en toda tu carrera? ¿Qué es lo que estuvo funcionando esta noche?
Me siento súper bien, especialmente porque tuve la mayor cantidad de ponches y todos los picheos estaban trabajando súper bien.
I feel great, amazing, especially because I had as many strikeouts in my career, and everything was working well tonight. Thank God.
Did you know that you hadn't given up a hit until the 6th inning?
¿Tú sabías que estabas tirando sin hit hasta el 6º inning?
La verdad yo no estaba pensando en eso, pero cuando entré al inning sí me fijé en la pantalla que no tenía hit, pero la verdad no le di mucho mente a eso.
At the beginning, I wasn't realized that till I got into the 6th inning. I saw I wasn't throwing no hitter in it, but I don't give many attention to that, and then I don't give them very importance. So,
when you left the mound, the fans behind the dugout give you a standing ovation. What did that mean to you to see?
Cuando dejaste la loma, los fanáticos de atrásito del dugout te ovacionaron parados. ¿Qué significa eso para ti?
Significa mucho porque ver que los fanáticos te están apoyando es algo importante, porque uno también uno juega para ellos, para tratar de darle el campeonato y la verdad sí se siente bien.
It means a lot to me because we also play for them, because we were trying to give them the championship for them, and we play for them. I feel great.
By the way, bullpen catcher and translator there, Manny Del Campo, was not singing karaoke all night. He just always sounds that sexy. Isn't that right?
Yes. By the way, GA, as an outfielder, you could have taken the night off last night. Not one out recorded in the outfield.
It definitely was a night off last night for the outfielders, for sure.
Just take the day off and swing the bat. Everyone was the DH in the outfield last night.
With Soriano.
Not one outfield catch. It was unreal.
Because Kenley came in and was throwing a bunch of fly balls. But good job from Jose Soriano. And Gooby, what about Kyle Hendricks today? What does he have to do?
Well, the big thing was when you look at this athletic team, they hit changeups pretty well. And that's a big pitch for Kyle Hendricks. But that doesn't mean because they hit a changeup well, they can hit Kyle Hendricks' changeup well. So it's going to be important for him to still keep him off balance, show that fastball, run those north and south. My go-tos for have success, though, is going to be north and south with his fastballs. Pretty good numbers with his fastball with 21 strikeouts this year. That'll set up those lower zone success with his changeup, the cut changeup and fade changeup. But very, very important to be able to establish those fastballs north and south.
Last time out. Sorry, G, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
I was going to ask you, what'd you like? What were you going to say? Now I'm curious.
Just a little bit about Hendricks, yeah. Just just hitting the corners and changing speed, like Gooby said. It's just his changeup sets up a lot to get him to get those swing and misses on those fastballs in the zone. It makes it really frustrating as a hitter.
Take us through what you liked in the 6 innings when he picked up his 100th win.
Just change the speed and location. I mean, for me, that's pitching 101, and that, with the pitches that he throws, I would like him to see him mix the curveball in a little bit more, but, he finds comfort in his changeup, and he changes speeds with both.
All right, there it is, the professor. Gooby, do you have the baseball from your 100th?
Oh, yes.
That's a big one for you?
Yes. Oh, huge. And I still have the scorecard, everything with that game.
Who'd you beat?
Beat Cleveland.
Okay, geez.
Shutout, by the way. 9 inning shutout. I only gave up 4 hits. Not that I remember everything about it.
4 hits shutout for your 100th win over the Cleveland Indians in that lineup?
Yeah. Well, every time you get lucky every once in a while.
I can say the Cleveland Indians, right? I'm allowed to say that.
You can say that
because they were the Indians.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want letters coming in. If you do send a letter, address it to Mark Gubicza, care of the Big A. I didn't stutter. We're going to take a break, come back, and continue to get you set. Brent Rooker, he's got a habit of breaking up no-nos of the Angels. And our Erica Weston will talk to the disruptor next.
We got our hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party. We having fun here, 'cause it's a party. Oh my, this guy is next level. Oh my goodness.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
How about that? No way! What a moment! This is the show that never ends.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning.
Out of here!
Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire.
MLB Big Inning, every game night on MLB.tv.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play! An absolute beast unleashed. You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss, yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing and never miss it back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Angels Live on FanDuel Sports Network is brought to you by Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum. That's an awesome mural with some legends right there. There's a Vladdy getting walked intentionally to face Garrett Anderson, who makes them pay. In that moment,
just covering up some concrete, I guess.
How could you say that?
I would walk you both. I just walk you both.
Yeah, that would be smart. You hold every single record, and I know that the fans watching know how great you are and were to this organization.
Too kind.
If I don't say it enough, I want to make sure I say it now. Okay, Erica Weston is standing by. We want a no-no, but we don't want Brent Rooker coming to the plate when the Angels have a chance at 1.
Yeah, he's got a habit of it, Patio. That's twice now he's done that against the Angels. As we learned last night, yes, broke up Soriano's potential no-hit bid with that RBI double in the 6th inning. And then back in 2021, he did the same thing to Patrick Sandoval when Rooker was with the Minnesota Twins, except that one was a little more serious than Sori in the 6th inning. It was the 9th inning for Patrick Sandoval in that one, but it was all about the sinker. It was so hard for the A's to try to hit that, to try to get anything from Jose Soriano last night. A's manager Mark Kotsay said that's like a 97 to 99 mile per hour bowling ball that you've got coming your way. So he said it was the best he'd seen him. So for Brent Rooker, how do you try to hit a guy that's cruising the way Soriano was last night? Here's what he told me before the game.
Yeah, last night specifically, I mean, his sinker was working so well. I just had to make sure I get something up in the zone because I know if I was swinging anything bottom half of the zone, it was going to be tough to do anything but ground out on it. Just because obviously the velo was up, the movement was really working. So Focus last night was just make sure I got a pitch somewhat elevated to try to hit the ball in the air and then make something happen.
What's the feeling like when you get the first hit of the game like that in that situation?
It's relieving. I guess last night was with the sixth inning. The one with Patrick was, I think, the ninth. So that one was a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, it's relieving. You're just kind of, you start to get the fourth and fifth inning kind of, and guys start to press a little bit. So getting the first down of the way is always good.
Were you aware of this being the second time, or not until after the game?
No, I didn't think about it. I mean, I remember the game in 21, but no, I didn't put two and two together and make those two things relate until you just said it right now, honestly.
Yeah, and why would you? You're just going out there to play the game of baseball. Breaking news, though, guys, I was able to get the blue Gatorade out of my hair, so we got that working for us today.
How did you do it? How long did it take?
Just like 3 or 4 wash cycles.
My goodness.
We're good. I'm going to send them the hairdressing bill this time.
The bill for everything.
They're racking up quite a tally.
And get them back, right? You're going to get them back somehow.
Plans in place, no guarantees.
Okay.
We'll see what we come up with.
I can't wait. Thank you, Erica.
Thanks,
have a great game. Erica Weston right there. What a trooper. Max Muncy, the Max Muncy that shares the same birthday with the Max Muncy that plays for the Dodgers, Thousand Oaks. Jacob Wilson, teammate, right? Jacob Wilson's not in the lineup again, by the way, which is nice for the Angels. Hamstring, hope he's okay, though. He's a great player. But what about Max Muncy and how he's played in this series?
I mean, he's hit the ball hard. I mean, he's only 2 for 8, but he has a home run and a single this game. But he's hit a couple baseballs that were caught over 111 miles per hour. He looks real comfortable in the batter's box for me. I mean, the swing he has, when you're going the other way like he does, that tells you he's really, really strong to go right center field that far and hit the ball as hard as he has. I mean, it's still a work in progress defensively at third base. He made a nice play on the double play ball that Trout hit at him, but there's still work. He's got a strong throwing arm, just getting more accurate with that throw over first base. Otherwise, he's got a chance to be a really special player.
Yeah, I'd like to see it to show a little love to the Valley guys. I grew up in the Valley, but yeah, young talent is just that, nowadays the guys are having to learn at the major league level, and that's just, going to be part of his development.
Athletics have some good players. They got to clean it up defensively and get better at the pitching. We haven't seen Mason Miller, thankfully, but you do like the bats, right, going forward, the future of this team?
Yeah, for sure. And starting with the shortstop, he's not in there today. It's just a rarity to see a guy just hit, the hits that he gets at such a young age. And it's just it's just going to be fun to watch as he develops in his career.
I'm realizing that I'm going to say goodbye to you now, and I might not see you till you get back. You're going to be up there calling the game. We're going to miss you.
You know what? You still complete me.
Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. Thank you so much. Let's keep this going, man. This is fun.
Yes,
Winning is fun.
Winning is great.
Yeah, and
as Al Davis would say, just win, baby. Just win, baby.
Let's go. Mark Guba's on the call with Wayne Randazzo and Erica Weston. Thanks, Scooby. Let's get it done here today. Complete the sweep. We're going to go around baseball and also look at 2 of the longest home runs of the year. Just so happen to be our guys. We'll be right back with more Angels Live.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home, where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
The alpha dog among big league closers right here. Top of the food chain, Manuel Clase.
Jose Ramirez, one of the most unsung great players in the game of baseball.
Goodbye. That's why he needs his gamer. Swing!
Cutter at 100 miles per hour coming
out. Jose Ramirez.
Best power, speed, and run production is Jose Ramirez, and Jose Ramirez. He's a complete player.
Bogey! Swing and a miss. Bucket. You get into the 9th inning, done deal.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are going to win today.
This is their chance to have another run. This is their time.
This is the Cubs division to lose this year.
They need to be singing the song quite a bit this year.
That's hammered. Kyle Tucker, welcome to the Cubs. Gone! Dansby swats it.
He's one of the most talented ball players.
Crow Armstrong, what a stud.
Shota Imanaga, it's about falling in love with him.
Seiya Suzuki with a grand slam.
And this is when you put the pedal to the metal.
I think we got a really good team.
pregame here on FanDuel Sports Network and brought to you by Spectrum, a connection built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum. And it's a perfect day for baseball. Still time to get here to the Big A to see some matinee action as your Angels, just 4 back in the division, look to sweep the Athletics. Since we're going to go around baseball, let's look at a big blast. Last night, Aaron Judge at Kauffman Stadium. GA, that's a bomb.
It just doesn't surprise me how far he hit that ball as strong as he is. And then he went over the Royals Hall of Fame. And he just continues to crush balls. And he's also a high average hitter, too. So, I mean, he's just a complete package.
What do you make of how big he is and how powerful and how he can lock in timing-wise to hit that ball that far?
I mean, he just stays, he's short. To be as tall and long as he is, he keeps everything really short, so that's the key to his success. And you know, he does hit the ball out of right center too, so it's just a tough guy to deal with. You want to try to walk him, but you know, sometimes you just have to pitch to him.
Well, we'll see what happens when the Angels go to the Bronx for 4 against the Yankees in a week as we go around the majors. The Judge homer had 2 home runs. Cubs beat the Phillies. Jeff McNeil, a big moment for the Mets, a walk-off single as New York beat the Nationals 5-4. 2 of the longest home runs this year belong to 2 of our guys. It was Mike Trout and it is Logan O'Hoppe. Logan O'Hoppe, by the way, great numbers against Sears with the 2 home runs. Zach Neto hits him well also, but we'll show you the 2 home runs and we'll see Trout, his blast. This one, G, goes 484 feet, April 19th.
Yeah, I was here that night, and the tracker didn't even get to where the ball went. They were kind of wondering where, you know, that they put the dot down on the outfield, and it's like, no, it was probably another 10, 15 rows behind that. But yeah, just perfectly squared up ball with great backspin, and that's the key to hitting the ball far. It's just the backspin.
We have a feeling that Trout's about to get hot. He's been in a bit of a slump. 2 for his last 18 since the Mariners came in. Let's get him going. Same with Logan O'Hoppe. He needs to get it going. Today's the day. But this time, 470 feet at the A's in West Sacramento.
Yeah, this ball was barbecued. I mean, it's just a soft pitch out over the plate, and he got inside the ball very well and backspun it very well. And just a strong human being, so it didn't surprise me how far it went.
Do you get asked often, and if not, I'm going to ask you the furthest home run you ever hit?
They weren't tracking those back in those days. Mine's hit the backside of the fence.
I'm sure they could dig up some old VHS tapes, but we'll save that one for another day. How about the home run we look at from Travis d'Arnaud? Pinch hit. How tough of a spot is that? I mean, you're not playing in the game. You come in bottom of the 8th inning, and you come through in a 1-0 game.
It's hard to sit around 2.5 hours and go, you know, hit. I mean, everybody's been playing. You know, obviously, he took some swings down in the tunnel last night, but coming in your first at bat and you're facing a guy out of the bullpen who's generally specialty players, it was fortunate that he left something soft out over the plate.
And he ties up the game. That is a pinch hit spot, tied at 1. Without that blast, we're just hoping for a series victory here today. That's Travis d'Arnaud's ball game. That was tremendous. What a moment, and he's been great. This is leadership showing up here for the Angels. His 3rd home run, 2nd career pinch hit home run. We'll take a break. We'll go over the lineups as the Angels go for the sweep of the Athletics here on a Wednesday afternoon matinee action. Nolan Shonowell. What a weekend, or I should say past couple of games it has been for the first baseman.
Whether riding takes you from A to B or just lets you escape, there's a flow to the road you share. So go with it. Eyes open and always have the law.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs are going to win today.
This is their chance to have another run. This is their time.
This is the Cubs division to lose this year.
They need to be singing the song quite a bit this year.
That's hammered. Kyle Tucker, welcome to the Cubs. Dansby swats it.
He's one of the most talented ball players.
Pete Crow Armstrong, what a stud.
Shota Imanaga, it's about falling in love with him.
Seiya Suzuki for the grand slam.
And this is when you put the pedal to the metal.
I think we got a really good team.
Kansas City's hot.
They are relentless.
And Bobby Witt Jr. is piping hot.
One big swing from the Royal superstar.
The greatest player on earth right now.
You become like a massive, massive force.
Salute indeed to El Capitan.
You have to work more. You have to sacrifice yourself more.
That's the type of baseball that wins come postseason.
Just the team that we have, just doing things one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. It's just so much fun.
At MLBshop.com, you can get all the latest officially licensed merchandise for you and your family. But if you really want to level up your game, You can grab something for your dog walker, your Pilates instructor, your swim coach, your neighbor, your accountant, your gardener, your best friend, your bandmate, your boss, your kid's teacher, your mailman. Visit MLBshop.com and stock up on officially licensed on-field merchandise from your favorite teams.
Okay. The only thing I remember about day game after night game is I love walking out here at night. I mean, after the game, because you got the night off. I generally didn't like day games at all, but at nighttime, you're at home with your family. That's when you enjoy it.
Yeah, and hopefully that's off of a win. Here it is, Neto, Shonowell, Trout, Ward, Soler, Darno, Adele, Rengifo, and Newman. Look like a winning lineup to you?
Yeah, it's been consistent. I look forward to he pencils these guys in every day, and they've been just providing some excitement, make our job a little easier.
Yep, and listen, the Athletics, they are scuffling right now, and the Angels beat Sears. They beat them badly. O'Hoppe with a home run. Neto also took him deep. What's it going to take again today?
Nah, just be patient. Just be patient. He's not a huge strike thrower, and then he survives on the deception of the left-hander, but just be patient and make him throw strikes.
We already showed you Kyle Hendricks. Let's take a look at the Athletics lineup that he is going to be facing. Obviously, the game plan is already in place. I mentioned last segment, no Jacob Wilson. Who do you have to be careful of here?
I mean, for any big league hitter, you really got to be careful, but in the middle of their lineup, they have some guys that could do some things at the plate, and Muncie's also went right center, so I mean, he has some pop in his bat too, but just keep the ball down and change speeds, and that's generally the 101 of pitching.
Maybe a little bit of room in the outfield now that Denzel Clark's not in the center field.
Everything is safe.
That's right. That guy tracks down everything, and we saw him make one of the great catches of all time. All right, Garrett, great job. We're looking forward to postgame.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, first pitch, Angels baseball going for the sweep of the Athletics. We'll see you for postgame. Wayne Randazzo and Gooby and Erica next.
There's an easier way. From little fixes to big projects, taking care of your home is easy with Thumbtack. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
Talent-wise, with the Correas and the Royce Lewises and the Buxtons firing at the height of their power, they're probably the most talented team.
Royce Lewis puts his team on top.
Postseason monster, we all know that.
Grand slam, Carlos Correa.
With Byron Buxton, it's the tools, the speed, the power.
He knows one speed, and that's to go get it.
I think that we're a great team. I think we know we're a great team.
The Twins have the most talent in that division.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network. Kings and Angels.
Last night at Angel Stadium, it was quite a performance from the Halos. Jose Soriano, 12 strikeouts, a new career high, took a no-hitter into the 6th inning, but it needs some offense late in the game. It finally showed up. Travis d'Arnaud with a pinch hit home run to tie it, and then Nolan Shonowell in the bottom of the 10th inning, delivering the walk-off base hit as the Angels took the series with a 2-1 win in 10 innings last night here at Angel Stadium, and today they will go for the sweep. Alongside Mark Gubas, I'm Wayne Rand. Daz Gubi, it's been a fun series so far for the Angels. Good homestand. Now they can sweep the A's here today.
Yeah, Wayne, great starting pitching. The bullpen's been very good. Some clutch innings. Nolan Shonowell. By the way, I love him running around the bases after that walk-off hit. 5th youngest ever Halo walk-off hit, first for his career. So that he continues, especially at top of the order with Neto and Shonowell.
And Nolan Shonowell certainly helping things along in that number 2 spot. It was Zach Neto who was intentionally walked to set up Shonowell in a lefty-lefty matchup. Our Old Spice fresh stats showing you how Nolan Shonowell handles lefties just fine.
When you look at who's ahead of him, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, they both stay on the baseball very, very well against left-handers. They will hit the ball the other way. They will turn on pitches from left-handed pitchers. So just going with the pitch, that's what he does so well. And he did it again last night. A breaking ball, just hits it right back there up the middle at center field. Stays on breaking balls exceptionally well. 6 for his last 10 versus lefties in breaking pitches. So that kind of balance and control in the strike zone, you felt real comfortable. When you're on the mound and you're facing a guy like Nolan Shonowell, you're never feeling too good because you know he's going to put the ball in play. It's just a matter if you can get it, control it at a hitter and a fielder.
Got to go on Nolan's wild ride, too, after he had that walk-off base hit, the first of his career. He was on cloud 9 yesterday as the Angels were able to win their 6th straight game so far this year against the A's. They can make it 7-0 to begin the season against Sacramento here today as the Angels look for their 2nd sweep of the year against the A's. See if they can get it done with some day baseball here at Angel Stadium.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
High drive! It is out of here!
Doesn't get any better than this.
Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball.
If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
Yeah. For me, it's really important for us to establish an identity.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance.
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastball.
I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are. The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem.
fantastic. Yusei Kikuchi was excellent. 7 in the 3rd innings, just 1 hit allowed in the opener of this series. And then last night, Jose Soriano was dazzling.
And both pitchers, before these 2 starts, the walk has been an issue, but not in those first 2 starts against this athletic lineup. This dominance, this 3 hits combined between the 2 starters, going 14+ innings, giving the bullpen a little bit of a breather.
You see the numbers. Soriano with his career high 12 strikeouts in the game yesterday. Just 3 hits allowed total in the 2 games from the 2 Angels starting pitchers so far in this series. We'll see if Kyle Hendricks can keep that up today, as the professor will be on the mound looking for career win number 101 after notching his 100th victory his last time out.
So excited. He's pitched well here at the Big A so far. 4.25 ERA over on the road, a little over 6, so much better at home. But speaking of pitching better at home, Soriano was much better at home last night. I think Kyle Hendricks can put together a solid effort here today against the Athletics, a team that hits the changeup pretty well, but he's got a great plus changeup, so you can still work that magic that he has on the mound.
He's been throwing it a lot this year, and we'll see how that goes for Hendricks here today, as the Angels try to sweep this series and make it a perfect 7-0 against the A's to start this season. The Angels have not begun a year 7-0 against an individual opponent since 2014, when they won all 7 of their games that year against Minnesota. That was the last division championship year for the Angels, as they enter play today. Only 4 games out of first, only 3 back in the wild card, trying to make their way back toward 500 here. Would be a game under if they win today. So it's an important day here for the Angels to try to finish off this sweep.
Very important game in my opinion too, Wayne. They just go out there and perform at the best level, make the plays in the field, limit those extra base runners during the course of this game from Kyle Hendricks, and get that offense going. My go-tos, though, for Kyle to have a good and big game. He's thrown well against the Athletics in his career. His lower zone success with that cut and fade changeup, but it's all set up by going north and south with his fastball. He's had 21 strikeouts with his fastball this season. Not overpowering, but he spots exceptionally well on the edges and shadows.
Sure, the lineup for the A's with Butler and Rooker leading off, as those 2 have been outstanding again. Tyler Soderstrom hits 3rd for the 2nd straight day. We will not see Jacob Wilson in the lineup. Had hamstring soreness yesterday and was scratched from the lineup. Today we saw him out there doing pregame drills, but I guess wasn't feeling good enough to actually take the field today.
Yeah, just watching him run a little bit. Still, you want to see him playing as many games as possible. He's such a good young player, but not quite ready to go with that hammy. Take a look at our Nissan defense for Halos today. In the outfield, you got Taylor Ward, Joe Dell, Jorge Soler back out in the right field, 3rd base today. You got Kevin Newman, Zach Neto, Luis Rengifo, and Nolan Schanuel, the hero last night. Behind the plate, Travis d'Arnaud. You look at the team ERA from the pitching staff, 3.98 for him, and a lot more strikes thrown. He does a real good job of calling the game, controlling the strike zone, and these 2 work together very well. Kyle Hendricks, Travis d'Arnaud.
Nick Kurtz also not in there for the A's today. Wanted to get him an extra day of rest after he had a hip injury that put him on the IL. Seems like we see every day young players getting days off.
Yeah, if you're Kyle Hendricks, you're liking that. He was 2 for 3 up in Sacramento with a home run against him. You can take a day off if he says that.
Used to be, you had to be pretty grizzled to get that day off, day game after a night game.
Yeah, a young guy there would be some conversation if you got a day off.
But yeah, we see it more and more now with players getting rested, and you have to satisfy all those bands that they wear and the things that are tracking their steps and heartbeats along the way. It is a beautiful day here at Angel Stadium. Our 107 first pitch was pushed back by Kyle Hendricks to 109, and it is on the way here to Lawrence Butler. The first pitch that misses for ball 1.
Done a nice job against Lawrence Butler so far in this series. Really kept him off balance. They hit changeups pretty well, though. This should be an interesting matchup all day long for Kyle Hendricks.
Hendricks faced the A's in Sacramento as Butler fouls one off. He was okay in that game. 5 2/3 innings, allowed 4 runs on 9 hits. He got the win because the Angels just were knocking the cover off the ball during those 4 games against the A's. They won all 4 of them, trying to sweep this series too. Butler is out in front of that changeup, 1 ball 2 strikes.
Now that was a great one. When you go back the last few years, the Angels have struggled against the Athletics, so it's a little bit of payback what the Halos have done to them so far this year.
The A's won 8 times against the Angels last year. This year the Angels can win the season series today. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's back-to-back great changeups. Take a look at how he got his outs. Kyle Hendricks up in Sacramento. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Getting 17 outs, 8 with his sinker, 4 with his changeup, 2 with his four-seam fastball, 2 with his curveball. So combined 10 outs with his fastball. That's why it's the importance of that north-south. Like there was against Butler. Set up that fastball started with, and 2 great changeups to get a swing and miss.
1 out, and Brent Rooker, the designated hitter, stands in. He fouls one off on a curveball. No balls and a strike. Interesting, talking to Hendricks the other day, he said he doesn't want his pitch shapes to get too big either. He feels like he gets into some trouble when there's a lot of variation in the movement. He wants sharper movement to be allowed to get those late swings.
That's important to get those swings. When it's too big of a break like that, you're not going to get that.
That's a fair ball kept just inside of third. And Brent Rooker, who had the first A's hit last night with a double in the 6th inning, has a double in the 1st inning today for the A's first hit of this game.
And it's kept that right down the line too. He's broken up a lot of no-hitters against the Halos. There he did it again.
2nd day in a row. We showed you when he did it to Patrick Sandoval back in Minnesota in 2021 for Rooker, his 15th double this year. Now the A's have a man in scoring position with Soderstrom at the plate. Soderstrom has 14 homers this year. He's strong first baseman today. As he looks at a strike, he's played a lot of left field this year. Came up as a catcher. And they quickly moved him off of that position once they got Shea Langoliers into the fold. There's Kurtz not in the lineup today for the A's.
Tell you what, Rooker had some high praise to Eric Weston before the game of how well Soriano threw the ball. His sinker, he said, was the best he's ever seen.
1 ball, 1 strike on Soderstrom. That looked like a pretty good pitch. That was called a ball by Gabe Morales, the home plate umpire.
That was a lot of the strike zone.
And a foul here from Hendricks to Soderstrom. Soderstrom was the California Gatorade Player of the Year in 2020 out of Turlock High School. His great-grandfather actually started a bunch of turkey farms and almond orchards in Turlock, California more than 100 years ago. So if you're looking for turkeys and almonds in Turlock, Soderstrom's your guy.
Oh, I like turkey. Turkey sausage, turkey bacon, turkey sandwiches.
There you go. Well, Tyler Soderstrom can hook you up.
And buffalo cauliflower too, if he has that. We'll see.
Not sure if that's on the farm or the orchard, but
well, I'll still try it though.
Could be. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Soderstrom with Rooker at second base. And Hendricks misses with that changeup. He's thrown, seems like, even more changeups than usual. He already throws that pitch a lot, about 37% of the time. In the early going, we've seen it quite a bit to these first 3 A's hitters. Soderstrom stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you wonder if he can just fade a changeup a little bit further off the outside corner with that swing there. That's a perfect spot for Kyle Hendricks. He reads batter swings so well.
Pop up toward the left side. It's going to get out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Back to it again. Another off balance swing. That's such an art to be able to read batter swings against you too. Same thing with Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate. He's doing the same thing.
Hendricks and d'Arnaud have worked together in just about every start. Hendricks says he loves throwing to d'Arnaud. They have really developed a great relationship, and that Hendricks feels like he couldn't do it without him at this point. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Soderstrom. Just throws his bat at that and keeps this at bat going.
But eventually, when you think about it, you try to run a fastball here away. Now he loves that sinker in at the hip and bring it back to the inside corner, but where Soderstrom's set up in the batter's box, I don't know if that's the way to go because he's away off the plate.
He did try it, but he missed it upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. This will be a 10-pitch at bat at least for Soderstrom with Rooker at second base. Angels trying to sweep the A's here at Angel Stadium and head back east for a long road trip. Upstairs again, ball 4. Soderstrom wins the long battle, and now Seth Brown, playing center field today, will be the batter with 2 on and 1 out.
Just watching Soderstrom, how far he was back in the batter's box. A lot of times when you're facing a pitcher that has such a good off-speed pitch, you see hitters move up in the batter's box, but he was about as far as you can be back in the batter's box.
Now it's Brown, who has been with the A's for a while now, drafted back in 2015. So the strike from Hendricks on that changeup.
He's had 6 ground ball double plays turned behind him. Not a big ground ball guy, just a little over 39% ground ball rate, but he has been able to get him with guys on base.
Hendricks beat the Mariners in his last start for his 100th career win. Interesting that he's won 50 home games in his career and 50 road games.
It's like Stan Musial with the hits on the road and at home.
Hendricks joining Clyde Wright on that list of 100 wins. Last Angel to get his 100th win with the ball club was Jared Weaver in 2012.
We all know that he definitely had to call him because he can't text him. I know he's listening to this because I know he's getting mad at us right now.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Clyde's a beauty.
Clyde Wright, we see him all the time here at Angel Stadium. Was a pitching coach for Kyle Hendricks when Kyle was 12 years old growing up in Orange County. Hendricks said it took 23 years, but he finally caught up to him and wins. Brown loops one to the right side. It's caught by Shotwell, who looked to second base but had no play there. 2 outs. And you wonder if that ball drops. If the A's are all flummoxed on the base paths at that point, I don't think the infield fly rule would have been called there.
No, the only thing is there's a little bit of, you think there's going to be a little bit of spin on that where he hit that baseball though.
So 2 outs, and now it's Max Muncy at the plate. Muncy swung the bat very well in the opener of this series. Hit the ball hard every time he came up, hit a 2-run homer. Then yesterday he couldn't make contact. 3 strikeouts and a fly out. It was tough against Jose Soriano though yesterday.
And they were asking him to bunt quite a bit too.
Cues this one, it's foul. It's 0-2 now on Muncy.
And everyone thinks that's be easy to do, but it'd be so difficult to bunt against Soriano the way that baseball was moving. That'd be uncomfortable to square around against him.
Well, everybody was in awe of Soriano here last night. No balls, 2 strikes. It's 1-2 now on Muncy. I mean, that's the type of game where you watch Jose Soriano every 5th day and you wonder when something like that is going to occur. And it finally happened yesterday against the A's, where he was just in command from start to finish. Muncy loops one to left center field. That will give the A's the lead. Rooker comes home. Over to third base, Soderstrom, as Max Muncy drops a 2-out RBI.
Well, that'll be the last time we talk about him on the pregame show now. Did a nice job of covering that play. That was a really good pitch. It's off the plate. He just punched it, shortened up his swing and made contact. As hard as he hit some baseballs this series so far, that was not hit hard, but he covered a lot of that baseball well off the plate.
Now Barry Enright goes to the mound to talk to Hendricks. And the A's, a good matchup for a pitcher that throws a lot of changeups. Hendricks throws them a lot. The A's hit him well. 754 OPS against changeups. That's second best in the major leagues. Here's J.J. Bleday getting a start in left field today. Not going to see Denzel Clark's antics in the outfield in this one. Seth Brown is playing center field. Bleday's in left.
Both hits this inning by right-handed batters versus Kyle Hendricks. Right-handed batters this season a little bit better than left-handed batters against them. 291 compared to 239. More power to right-handed batters against Kyle Hendricks.
First and third with 2 outs. A pop up off the bat of Leday on the infield. Kevin Newman is calling for it and has it. 1 run top of the first for the A's.
Man, these seats. Right? I wonder how the other guys are doing.
I spent hours finding a deal on these.
Trash. You should have used Game Time. The easiest way to find only the best deals for the best seats with their Game Time picks. What time is it? Game Time.
Wearing regular shoes feels this cramped. Or Glide Step wide fit, hands-free Skechers slip-ins feel like this. With Skechers slip-ins, just step in, no bending down, no touching my shoes. Try wide fit Skechers slip-ins.
As a parent, your plate is usually full long before dinner time rolls around. That's why Home Chef's family menu is making it easier than ever to sit down and eat together. Delicious 4-serving meals packed with family-friendly flavors are just a delivery away. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and simple recipe steps save you time and money while making it easy to sit down for a family meal everyone will love. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, 1 meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
Off, then Nolan Shotwell in the 2-hole. Mike Trout hits third. Taylor Warch cleanup. Soler, Darno, Adele 5, 6, and 7. We'll see Renifo 8th and Newman 9. Against J.P. Sears, who the Angels hit 4 home runs off of in Sacramento last month.
Yeah, overall 3-3 with an ERA of 4.84 in his career versus the Halos. They hit that sweeper really well up there in Sacramento. So a pitch that he's been using very effectively this season.
He has a 5.21 ERA, but he has not allowed a run in the first inning this year. After the first inning, though, that ERA goes way up. Here is Zach Neto leading off. He lines one to the left side. Diving stop. Schumann with the throw to first. Bouncing across in time to get Neto.
That's an unbelievable play. Much better range from Jacob Wilson in the shortstop position. But nowhere near the bat that Jacob Wilson got up quick at that 1-hop throw against Neto at first base. Hit well. 105.6 exit velocity off the bat, but a perfect 1-hop throw over. Got up quickly. And a good throw. That was by design, that 1-hop skip across the diamond.
Here's Nolan Shotwell with his first career walk-off hit yesterday and takes a strike. Shotwell was on another planet after he had that hit yesterday. Flying around the bases.
He was so quick going first to third. I'm looking for a StatCast on that one, how quick he got around the third base on that.
Ball 1 strike on Shotwell here. Chops this one to the right side, grabbed by Soderstrom. Will take it all the way to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
Here's tonight's Sunday key for the game today, going Beach Boys. Brian Wilson passed away, all-timer. Good vibrations. Team with all the energy after that walk-off hit last night. Playing well here on this homestand, looking to be able to sweep the Athletics. Vibration. Brian Wilson, all-timer.
Yeah,
rest in peace.
Brian Wilson passing away today. The genius behind the Beach Boys at age 82. Here is Mike Trout as he takes ball 1. Sears has allowed the most home runs in the major leagues over the last 3 years. 77 home runs he's given up since 2023. He's allowed 15 this year. Let's see if Mike Trout can lift off today on a beautiful day here at the Big A. 1 ball, 1 strike on Trout.
Helped him out a little bit on that one, although Trout's so good on the lower third. That was just a little bit below that. Fastball's not over. About 90-94. Sears with a slider, changeup, sweeper. Occasional curveball.
Ball, 1 strike. Only 3 pitchers in the major leagues have had 13 or more starts with no runs allowed in the first inning this year. It's J.P. Sears, Michael Wacha, and Paul Skeens. Just gets ugly for Sears immediately after the first inning. His ERA in the second inning and the third inning, both over 6.
Yeah, he's got 26 innings in those 2 innings, 23 earned runs and 8 home runs allowed.
Got an 8.31 ERA in the second inning and 7.62 in the third, but 0-0-0 in the first. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Trout. Down here with 2 outs, and the base is empty in the bottom of the first.
That's a pretty good spot. A little off the plate, though. Nearly 40% of the time they'll throw a breaker ball here, 3-2 to a righty. He's been sticking a lot of hard stuff against Trout.
Line center, a base hit. Brown trying to cut it off. He does. And that will keep Trout at first. Still don't see Trout zooming around the bases yet as he works his way back from that knee injury, but Trout does get a 2-out base hit here.
That baseball was zoomed to the outfield, 111.1. That's Trout right there. That short, direct swing to the baseball.
It's his first career hit against Sears. It seems like a good matchup, though, when you look at Sears and you know what Trout's strengths are. You think Trout would crush this guy? He just did with a base hit. Now Taylor Ward swings through a pitch that was up. Ward 2 for 12 against Sears. Neto, Adele, and O'Hoppe are the ones who've hit him the best, although O'Hoppe not in the lineup today. Darno catching with Hendricks on the mound. Ward, the team leader in homers and RBIs, takes strike 2.
Campers here today. You can hear them cheering on the Halos.
Well, we got a perfect day to come out here. It's just an exceptional, beautiful day here in Southern California. Ward with a late swing stays alive. No balls and 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. It's kind of that pitch that Ron Washington was talking about with 2 strikes. He wants to see his hitters foul off more of those pitches that are along those shadows of the strike zone.
Yeah, because you know if you can foul them off, eventually a pitcher will bring something in the zone for you. Better chance of getting hit.
Balls and 2 strikes on Ward. And he swings and misses on a pitch that gets away. Throw to first, though, does retire him to end the inning.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
We're able to use our platform and let these kids know that dreams are reachable.
It's very important to leave something behind to show our gratitude.
Stand up to cancer.
We are your opposite.
Together. 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 Together.
Never clean Leaf Guard. Leaf Guard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6-LEAF-GUARD right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. Leaf Guard, get it today. Protected for life.
last night, his first career walk-off win, but he was ready for the moment last night. And as soon as he stepped into the on-deck circle, he was prepared for Mark Kotsay to intentionally walk Zach Neto to get to him just because of the lefty-lefty matchup. So as soon as he saw the four fingers, he said, let's go. He said once he kind of did it, it flipped a switch. So he went out there with the most confidence in the world. Now, Ron Washington said he thought Mark Kotsay might sleep a little better last night if it was Shawnuel getting to him rather than Neto doing the damage. But Wash said the guys are figuring it out and they want to be in that situation. And he's seeing that from all of them right now. He loved the hunger in him last night, but he's seen that from Shawnuel since he's been here. So had to go through a little growing pains. But now he said, Nolan, starting to believe a little bit, guys.
I think next time that this happens, though, Erica might need to do the interview from a phone booth or something. Kind of enclosed casing.
Warnings have been issued to the bench.
Luis Arias leading off here in the second. No balls, 2 strikes. It's a little roller toward Zach Neto. Charges in and makes the play despite a little bit of a high throw. 1 out here in the second. Shawnuel, whose dad is left-handed, he said growing up he faced his dad, of course, so many times in the backyard, lefty, that he's always felt like he can handle left-handed pitching, and this year he's really showing it.
Well, when you think with his swing, because he hits the ball so effectively to left field, you got that outside part of the plate, whether it's a breaking ball, which is hit very well, it's left-handed pitching, or even fastballs away. Real solid. By the way, it was funny watch. He was in the batter's box before Zach Neto even got all his gear off to go down the first.
Here's McIver with a base hit. See if Taylor Ward can get this in before McIver takes off for second, but he will not. It's a double for the A's catcher Willie McIver.
So all 3 hits by the Athletics against Kyle Hendricks today have been right-handed batters. That was a curveball that stayed up a little bit higher and went down and got it and hooked it into the corner. Second double, second extra base hit of the season. McIver.
Now man scoring position for the shortstop, Max Schumann. Schumann made a nice play on a dive in the bottom of the first to rob Zach Neto of a base hit. It's strike 1 from Hendricks. Schumann getting his second straight started short with Jacob Wilson out. The A's scored a run in the first inning. 2-out RBI from Max Muncy to drive in Brent Rooker. The A's have actually scored first in 5 of their last 7 road games entering today, but they've lost all of those games. Their pitching staff has really had a tough time. Team ERA the highest in baseball. Their bullpen ERA the highest. 2 balls and a strike on Schumann, so you figure you're going to get some runs against this pitching staff. Also seen Mark Kotsay as the A's have lost 13 in a row on the road. So had a 15-game losing streak a couple of years ago. Schumann pops this one up. Shawnuel is the one backing up for it in foul ground and making the catch. 2 outs, but Mark Kotsay has really been quick to go to his bullpen for a bullpen that has struggled so badly. You know, he's still kind of in this 5-inning 2 times through the order mode.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him have a little change of thought the way their bullpen has been going. And the starters, you know, we've seen him pitch some pretty decent innings. Spence last night was really good for the Athletics.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't have stuck Spence back out there. I mean, you know, there are no quality starts in June, but some of that is because these guys are only pitching 5 innings. Including Mitch Spence yesterday. Spence threw 5 innings in his last start, so if you're trying to progress a guy who's transitioning back to the rotation, why wouldn't you let him try to get the 6th?
That's how you learn how to be able to pitch, especially when you get that 3rd time, even touching that 4th time through a lineup. Learning how to set up hitters, read them, get in the chase.
It's a ground ball to short as Zach Neto surrounds it, makes the play to first, and retires Butler. Hendricks works around the double in the second.
I want to talk about the Angels. They're my big surprise team of 2025.
The Angels make sure the halo will shine brightly tonight.
The energy level and the swag and the confidence.
It is Trella here.
Game's on notice.
Magneto magnificent.
High octane. It is fuel. It is hot. It's coming at you in a big way.
It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way.
The Halos are unstoppable right now.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
Sears in West Sacramento. Logan O'Hoppe with a tank. Zach Neto hit one out as well. The Angels are rolling. O'Hoppe with 2 in that game against Sears.
Yeah, you can see a lot of those pitches, a common theme. A lot of those were those sweeper, which when you look at his numbers versus sweeper this season, is 179 batting average with a 22.1% whip percentage.
Non-fastballs, as you just said, that a few of those home runs were hit off of, and the hard hit percentage very high. As Jorge Soler would like to launch one here. Next home run for him would be 200 in his major league career. He's the right fielder again today. Sure we'll see Lamont Wade at some point getting a start in that series in Baltimore over the weekend.
Yeah, he was pretty excited. We talked to him a little bit today about being part of that walk-off win celebration yesterday, first day. How about that? Some fun.
Orioles getting a little bit healthier now. Cedric Mullins and Jordan Westberg are finally back.
That lengthens out that lineup.
Baltimore's been playing a bit better here of late.
Just know they're going to start playing better baseball soon. We just hope that's not till after the Halos get through the weekend. That's why this game, in my opinion, is so big for the Halos today. They're now 1-0 early. Be able to win this game, be just 1 game under 500 before going back east again.
So there whiffs on a changeup that never quite made it to the strike zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Angels will see Shigano, looks like, on Friday night. It's a called strike on the inside corner, so Soler strikes out, 1 away in the second. JP, or rather it'll be Travis d'Arnaud to face JP Sears here after d'Arnaud against TJ McFarland last night cranked a pinch hit home run.
And how huge was that too? Just the offense is not getting it going at all until that point with that swing. Fourth Angels is 1990 with a pinch hit home run. Bo Jackson, Jimmy Evans, and Taylor Ward. Bo Jackson said hello.
Travis d'Arnaud said it was a pretty nice day at the ballpark for him. He saw 1 pitch, took 1 swing, and didn't have to sprint.
That is a good day.
Yeah. Nice and easy. A fan made a catch. He's very happy about it.
Not going after those pitches out of the strike zone so far in the sequence for d'Arnaud against Sears. Fastball could be pretty sneaky for Sears at times. It was effective against the Halos up in Sacramento, but generally has been hit hard this season. 328. 7 home runs on versus fastball this year.
Swing and a miss on the fastball there for strike 3. So it's 3 straight strikeouts now for Sears. An ERA over 8 in the second inning this year, but he's retired the first 2 in this bottom of the second. Talked about the Angels starters in this series pitching well. The A's starters haven't been too bad either. Mitch Spence 5 scoreless innings yesterday. Jeffrey Springs, who was the bulk guy on Monday, went 6 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, struck out 8. That would have been a quality start had he started the game, but he came in behind the opener. As Joe Adell fouls one off. No balls and a strike. Adell, in his last 14 games, has hit .341. He has raised his average up nearly 40 points. His OPS up about 100 points now. .758 for Adell.
He's hit slugging .667 versus breaking pitch with 7 home runs.
That was home run distance certainly, but well foul. Adell with that home run last month against Sears.
Another breakable he had a good swing against. I'm pretty sure you were comfortable sitting in that spot in the shade, not getting a baseball hit your way today, but Joe Adell found that swing and just pulled it way foul.
Adell had 20 homers last year. That's his career high. He has 12 already this year, so he's on pace to establish a new career high at this point. The balls and 2 strikes on Joe. That's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think you can see from him he's going to try to sneak that fastball upstairs.
But Adell laid off 2-2. Adell's been playing center field primarily since Kyron Paris was sent back to AAA. Paris has been hitting the ball pretty well.
It's good to see that. I've been checking that out lately. Such a good kid. Yeah, he's got that swing back.
Center field has been Paris' spot at Salt Lake since returning there. His OPS over 900 in that time.
His OPS in his first 14 games was up there with Jimmy Fox and Babe Ruth.
1,400 over the first couple of weeks for Kyron Paris. Full count now on Adell. It's a high chopper. Might be a tough play for Schumann. Quick throw, and it is in time. He just barely gets Adell.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your morning with in-depth breakdowns.
Perfect balance.
Boom. Interviews with the players.
Get back to the fastballs. I know what that passion feels like.
And a little bit.
Keeping.
You behave properly.
Hey.
Of everything else.
Come on, Marlins.
The window seats are.
The baseball day begins with MLB Central. Weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
If you're not watching this show, you're the problem. Talent-wise, with the Correas and the Royce Lewises and the Buxtons firing at the height of their power, they're probably the most talented team.
Royce Lewis puts his team on top.
Postseason monster, we all know that.
Grand slam, Carlos Correa.
With Byron Buxton, it's the tools, the speed, the power.
There's one speed, and that's to go get it.
I think that we're a great team. I think we know we're a great team.
The Twins have the most talent in that division.
Of Jose Soriano last night with 2 outs in the 6th inning, an RBI double to break up his potential no-hit bid. So what's the key to going up against a guy like Soriano last night who looked virtually unhittable? The sinker was the key. Finger wag. Yeah, no. no for Sori last night. Just making sure he got something up in the zone. It would have been hard, anything in the bottom of the zone. So just making sure he got something somewhat elevated. Second time, though, as we mentioned, that Rooker has broken up a potential Angels no-hit bid. The first time back in 2021 when Rooker was with the Twins. Broke up Sandoval's potential no-hitter. That one was different, though, back in the 9th inning. He said that one was a little bit different, but the feeling certainly kind of relieving. You start to get the 4th, 5th inning, kind of have to press a little bit, so good feeling to get the first one, but we need him to stop doing that against the Angels, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that was a slider that has stayed up against Soriano. His fastball was so devastating throughout. Just one of the few pitches he left out over the plate. So good last night. Every once in a while, the guy will pop that one up, though.
Ball 2 strikes on Brent Rooker. There's only a couple balls even hit in the outfield last night against Jose Soriano yesterday. 7 innings without any sort of out made in the air. All strikeouts or groundouts last night for Soriano. One ball, 2 strikes on Rooker. A high fly ball to left. That one is going to sail on out of here. Rooker has been dominant now in this game. He has hit a double and now a home run.
That was on a changeup. 14th home run of the season. Also his 13th of his career versus the Halos.
Rooker has made it 2-0. He's had a hand in both runs. It's the spot where Hendricks does not want the baseball.
Yeah, if he gets that changeup, it fades it down and in. He'll pull that foul, fade it away. He swings over top of it like he did earlier in the sequence.
And up right in the middle of the plate. Ball 1 to Soderstrom, who walked his last time. The A's, who haven't won much over the last month, they have lost 23 of their last 27. Not to a 2-0 lead here today.
That's a good pitch, not called a strike.
Gabe Morales behind the plate today. He's squeezing Hendricks at the bottom of the zone here. 2 balls, no strikes on Soderstrom. Dodgers and Padres are playing this afternoon. Not sure why. We want that matchup in prime time. Both teams are off tomorrow, but it's a day game, and the Dodgers trail the Padres 1-0. That game's in the 3rd. San Diego won big last night.
What a huge crowd down there for a June game for the Padres and Dodgers.
It's a tight race right now in the National League West. Dodgers are a half game up on the Giants and a full game up on the Padres. Dodgers could be knocked out of first place with a loss today and a Giant win. San Francisco has won 6 straight 1-run games. They're in Colorado today. The major league record is 7, held by the 1927 Chicago Cubs. Bouncer to first, handled by Shotwell near the line. 1 out here in the 3rd inning. And your jersey collection, a City Connect tank top is on the way. The first 25,000 fans here at the Big A Friday, June 20th. That'll be the next home game. We'll take home a City Connect tank top jersey courtesy of Discount Tire and Service Centers. Visit angels.com/promotions today. It'll be the Astros in town. A team that is leading the American League West right now. They lost last night to the White Sox. They'll play them again today.
Well, it's 2 in a row to the White Sox.
Seth Brown with a grounder to second base. And as Rengifo throws it to first, I think Shotwell thought that was the 3rd out. He made a move toward the dugout and then started throwing the ball around the infield.
Well, he thought maybe he was coming up 4th next inning. He was just preparing himself mentally to swing the bat.
So 2 away, and the batter will be Muncy, who drove in the first A's run.
Well, we know sometimes he thinks he's invisible, but he's just going around to be able to throw that baseball around the infield.
Yeah, he just wanted to feel the grass on his feet, I think.
He's grounding.
Strike 1 to Muncy. The Giants winning 6 straight games by 1 run. They have matched a few teams for the second longest streak in baseball history, including the 1989 California Angels. They won 6 straight games once by 1 run each. Ball 1 strike on Muncy. Bounce toward third down the line. Newman has it. A long throw across. It is not in time as Max Muncy legs out an infield hit.
A little flare in the outfield for a hit. RBI hit, first at bat, now an infield hit. 4th hit of the series for Max Muncy. Newman did all he could on that one. He runs well, beats that one out easily.
2-out infield hit for Muncy. The A's now have 5 hits in the first 3 innings against Hendricks. J.J. Bleday popped up his first time. A little bad here. Atlanta beat Milwaukee today 6-2. Spencer Schwellenbach threw a complete game. Do you know guys still did that?
What'd you say?
Yeah. CG Schwellenbach today. Phillies beat the Cubs 7-2. Pete Crow Armstrong didn't play today though.
Oh, okay, that's how they won, right?
Alec Bohm had 4 RBIs for the Phillies. There was a Schwarbaum involved as well.
What's he got now? 24, 25?
He's 21.
Let's make it 4 on that.
See if Shawano can grab the 3rd out this time. There it is. Rooker hit a homer to make it 2-0 A's. Nice warm day at the ballpark here at the Big A.
Arguably one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in the game.
At 100 miles an hour, Sandy ties a career high 14 strikeouts.
This guy is a difference maker for the Marlins.
He's a staff ace. He wants to take the ball, man. He has been great.
Sandy Alcantara has thrown a complete game shutout.
It's like if I faced you, you got no respect for me.
No.
Exactly.
Morris at the front of the rotations.
The guy that wanted to finish what he starts.
Shutout for Sandy Alcantara. We got our hands up in the air, 'cause it's a party. We having fun here, 'cause it's a party.
Oh my! This guy is next level.
Oh my goodness!
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Play baseball like I'm still a young kid, like a little teenager.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
No way! What a moment! This is the show that never ends.
Here in Southern California along the beach. And here at the ballpark as well today as the Angels are down 2-0 to the A's in the bottom of the 3rd.
Perfect day at the beach, perfect day at the ballpark today. That beach vibe, though. You just think of the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson every time. And wow. See him a couple times, the Beach Boys, over the years. Tremendous, dude. Tremendous in concert.
Gonna go see Roger Lodge's guy Stamos playing the drums with the
yes. Still waiting to see him make his appearance down here at the Big A.
Roger Lodge is here all the time.
No, not Roger Lodge. John Stamos. Come on.
Yes.
Blackie from General Hospital. Dating myself once again. Why wouldn't I?
Most people know him as Uncle Jesse.
Yes.
1 ball, 1 strike on Luis Rengifo. Trying to check his swing, but he went around. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Rengifo leading things off here.
Just looking for that power back for Rengifo, especially from this side of the plate. get the offense going. Sears been pretty good so far. I mentioned that second inning and third inning is really struggles. So far that second inning had a 1-2-3 inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Rengifo here. High pop up into that blue sky here today. Schumann, the shortstop, as he backs up, makes the catch. 1 out. Kevin Newman will be the batter after a drive up with Hyundai.
Charge up to 178 miles in just 15 minutes. How it should be.
Newman getting the start at third base. Didn't hear a great report today about Yohan Moncada from Ron Washington. Sounds like that knee still pretty sore, as Moncada was thought to be only on the IL for the minimum stay, 10 days, but it sounds like it might be longer now.
Yeah, I had the feeling he was going to be pretty quick, but that didn't sound good at all today. Done some really good things for the Halos at third base. Well, that home run he hit up in Sacramento was unreal.
Angels miss Moncada's presence offensively and defensively when he's not in there. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kevin Newman. Moncada was put on the IL June 2nd, so he would have been eligible to come off this weekend. 2 balls and a strike on Newman with the Angels in Baltimore Friday night. And Saturday, kind of a late afternoon game there.
Some weather there in Baltimore, that's not unusual.
Yeah, it might turn into a Saturday night game anyway. 2 balls and a strike as Newman takes ball 3. We got Apple TV Friday night, so you and Erica will have the day off.
We'll be listening in on it.
Dontrell Willis will play the part of Gooby on Friday. Heidi Watney will be the sideline reporter Friday night.
Dontrell is awesome.
There's a strike to Newman at the top of his own, 3-2. You know, Shonowell wants to meet the D train.
See if this does indeed get the strike zone. No. Just a little bit above. It's in that shadow zone that they don't get corrected on.
Full count here on Newman. Punch toward the right field line. Long run. Butler over and has enough room to make the catch and foul ground. 2 outs. Grounded out his first time. The Angels have hit 3 balls 105 miles an hour or harder today, including Neto when he grounded out in the first. Trout's base hit, and then that long foul ball off the bat of Adele. So they've squared up some here so far. Not enough though. Only have the 1 hit for the first 9 batters against Sears. Fouled off by Neto. The A's meanwhile have 5 hits in 3 innings. They did not get their first hit until the 5th inning on Monday and the 6th inning yesterday. Done better against Hendricks today. Ball, 1 strike on Neto. See the Halos in their 6 wins against the A's. It's taken quite a bit of offense, including Nolan Shonowell, who has just crushed A's pitching.
Oh, look at all those OPSs over 1,000. Those 4 hitters versus the Athletics.
Ball, 2 strikes on Neto here. Angels trying to get to 7-0 against the A's. Trying to get within a game of 500. It's the big mark, getting back to that even record and try to make your move from there. Last time the Angels got to 500, they immediately lost the next 5 in a row, so they've had to try to pull themselves back up again. Could be just 1 game under 500 if they win today. It'd be an easy road trip. Baltimore's playing better than 4 games at Yankee Stadium.
That's why this game for me is so important. I know it's early in the season still, but to get back to this 1 under 500 instead of being 3 under 500 before going back east there.
Getting close to the middle of the season, a couple weeks, and you'll be at the halfway point. This is game 67. It won't be easy in New York. A 4-game stretch there, and then the Astros come here right after that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Neto strikes out, it's a 1-2.
SiriusXM's The Leadoff Spot is now on MLB Network. Join Steve Phillips and former MLB players Xavier Scruggs and Eduardo Perez for a recap of the night's action, preview of the day ahead, plus in-depth baseball interviews all season long on MLB Network.
The face of the game of baseball is running through this guy right here.
That dude has electricity coming out of his pores.
You're changing the sport, man.
I just go out there every day and give them 100%.
Every day he does something that draws your attention.
Green is cooking with gas.
It feels like he's finally put it all together. I think Hunter Green's about to become a super ace of a playoff team. That's what the Cincinnati Reds are going to be in 2025.
Fourth inning here at Angel Stadium. It was yesterday before the game, or maybe the day before. I don't know what day it is. Yusei Kikuchi was presented with this manhole cover that will be on display in Japan. Apparently, manhole covers have become more than just street utilities there. They have works of art. They've got local landmarks highlighted, popular icons, cultural symbols. So Major League Baseball, in partnership of that, has created these manhole covers for 12 different active Japanese players that will be on display in the hometowns of those players. So for Kikuchi, it'll be in Morioka, as that will be installed on Monday. That's a liner fair past third. Extra bases for Luis Urias, leading off here in the top of the 4th. Now the ball gets away from Ward, and Urias will end up at third base. So Urias gets an extra base there, as Taylor Ward was unable to play that around the corner of the wall.
Another extra base hit for the Athletics today. And the way Sears is pitching, an extra base is big, because then the run potentially to score here now.
It's a double and an error. So now Urias at third base to start this inning. 6 hits for the A's, 4 extra base hits, and now Willie McIver will bat with the infield in.
It's got to stay close here. The mindset has to be for Kyle Henderson for the offense getting going. Those have come back a lot this season. Got to keep it close. Professor on the mound trying to find a way through this without this run scoring. Not easy to do. You're not a big strikeout guy.
A swing and a miss there on a fastball with some movement. No balls, 2 strikes on McIver. Time is called. Those manhole covers will start being installed next week. Kikuchi's will go in Monday. Shohei's going to have one, and Oshu, Roki Sasaki will have one on Monday as well. The other Japanese players, including Seiya Suzuki and Shota Imanaga, Darvish. The ball's 2 strikes on McIver, and they'll all have manhole covers all around Japan. Pretty cool.
It's really cool.
The ball's 2 strikes on McIver. And a looper that hooks foul. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Hendricks.
That's a big one right there, too, on a changeup. That's a little cut changeup. Field will stay in. Perfect spot. So that cuts away from a right-handed batter. Perfect pitch by Kyle Hendricks. Second punch out.
One away. Here is Schumann as he takes ball 1.
Contact guy at the plate here, so it's going to have to be a play by the infielders. Keep him at third base.
Infield stays in after the McIver strikeout. Hendricks trying to work the corner. Schumann fouled out his first time. Lawrence Butler bats behind him. It's been a quiet series for Butler. He's 0 for 10. It was a bunt attempt, and Schumann spins around after that ball ran in.
That's going to be a safety squeeze on that one. Otherwise, it's a perfect pitch to throw in off the plate with. It's a suicide squeeze.
Urias at third after a double and an error to start the inning. Taylor Ward misplaying a ball in the left field corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Schumann. Little pop-up shallow left center. Joe Adell coming in a long way, makes the running catch. Urias is tagging. Throw to the plate is up the line as Urias scores, and it's 3-0 Sacramento.
Joe was surprised on that one that he was tagging up on him because he came in and it's pretty shallow into the outfield. Just that throw up the third base side. Pretty good base running.
A lot on that throw from Adell. Often you'll see a fielder as he comes in. Really has the best of it making that throw to the plate, but Adell did not have much on that throw. It's not enough to get Urias. So a sac fly. The error helps Urias along too. It's 3-0 in favor of the A's. The Angels are going to get the offense started here at some point. J.P. Sears, though, has been good so far after Mitch Spence pitched well yesterday. Butler behind 1 and 2.
Really worked that changeup really well against Butler.
Swing and a miss. Butler out in front of the changeup again. Ends up being an unearned run against Hendricks in the 4th.
I'm Jesse's uncertainty, and I really thought house projects were my time to shine. One little, "Are you sure?" He gets stuck before he even got started. But Jesse's changed because of Thumbtack. With their guides, he knows exactly what to do and who to hire, and his house is looking great. Where does that leave me?
Uncertainty doesn't live here. You do. Take care of your home with Thumbtack. Download the app today.
roar is back in Motown. Right now in Major League Baseball, we have a new Tiger King.
Tarek Skubal owns this mound.
Look at him walking off the mound. This guy's a nightmare.
This kid's special, doing it all.
Riley Green saves the day.
Does everything on the field, plays great defense, can steal bags.
He's a monster. If I'm on time, I know my swing is going to be in the best spot possible for me to hit the ball.
Riley Green tears into another one.
That's the Tigers, baby.
And Shadowell with a line drive, shallow center, base hit. Say goodnight to the A's. Joanel scores, and Nolan Shadowell gets the last laugh tonight. Wow! Again! What a night!
Nolan Shadowell wowed us indeed last night with his walk-off base hit against the Sacramento A's in the bottom of the 10th inning. Now it is the 4th inning today, and Shadowell took a strike from Sears.
Get the offense going here. Sears has been really good so far.
Angels trying to sweep this series. They did so in Sacramento earlier this season. Last month they won 4 in a row there. Shadowell lifts on a pitch upstairs 0-2. Asked Ron Washington before the game today, it takes sort of a different mentality to go in on the day when you're looking for a sweep. You've already won the series. You kind of have to needle yourself to finish off a sweep. And he said he doesn't really want to see that from his players. He just would like them to prepare and take care of their business and do what the game dictates that they need to do every day. He says winners will win every day, and he likes his team to get into that sort of mentality at some point once they feel they're ready to do so.
You got it. Your mindset has to be, this is a big game to be able to beat the Athletics and sweep the series before going back east. A huge game. I know you won the series, but you want the sweep here.
Yeah.
If you get over the 500 mark, then you have that mentality every once in a while. But until you get there, the battle to get to 500 is difficult.
The ball's 2 strikes on Shadowell. The Angels did get back to 500 somewhat recently after that 8-game winning streak, but then right after they lost 5 in a row. So it's been another climb back toward that even mark. They're 2 games under at the moment. No balls, 2 strikes. And Shadowell whiffs on a pitch that landed about a foot outside the strike zone. So J.P. Sears has been a lot better today. 5 strikeouts in 3 1/3 scoreless innings. Sears' season high strikeouts is 7. He's only 2 behind that. As did that on April 28th.
Got a real good swing, 111 off the bat last time. See if he gets some lift on that. Get this offense charged up and the crowd.
Trout has the only hit for the Angels so far today. Takes ball 1 from Sears.
It's a pretty good pitch there.
Balls and a strike now on Trout. Taylor Ward on deck as the Angels try to fight back today. The A's have scored a run in 3 of the first 4 innings. 2 for 2.
So rocket to left center, base hit to right.
Kia player profile on Taylor Ward, who has driven in 45 runs this year. More than 75% of those have come against starting pitchers. 32 RBIs against starters, third most in the majors.
Still looking for Taylor just to get rocking and rolling at home, though. His 144 batting average at home this season compared to 255 on the road.
That is extreme. Only hitting 206 for the season. If Taylor Ward has an all-star case, he needs to buffer up that batting average between now and when those decisions are made. It'll be hard to make it with his average just barely ahead of that Mendoza line.
Boy, that was another 111-mile-an-hour shot for Trout. 2 of them in the game.
He's the only 2 Angel hits now. With 1 out, he's at first.
Got him upstairs last time. Good take there by Taylor Ward. Outfield playing pretty straight up against him. Pretty close to that in the infield too.
Two balls, 2 strikes now on Taylor Ward. For Mike Trout, his first multi-hit game here at Angel Stadium since April 19th. Against the Giants. Trout missed about a month due to that knee injury. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ward. Shoots one foul to stay alive. 62 pitches for Sears in 3 1/3 innings. So pitch count rising a bit beyond where he would like it to be. Through just 86 pitches in his last start. He did get up into the hundreds a couple of times in April, but not since then. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ward. Swing and a miss on a slider that never quite got to home plate.
Struggles at home continue for Taylor, surprisingly so.
2 more strikeouts today from Ward. And 6 now for Sears, 1 shy of his season high. Pitch was never in the strike zone.
That'd be number 200 right here now.
Would be for Jorge Soler if he can hit 1 out. This is one hard toward left center, getting a good jump. Brown races over to make the catch.
Right this second, at some diner somewhere, I'll have a... Someone really wants a soda. But that same someone doesn't want to be like the only someone to order a soda. Embarrassing. Yeah, she's looking at you.
Yeah, I know the struggle is real, honey, but so are all these other...
What if there were a better soda?
Hun, get a Poppy. It's a soda with 5 grams of sugar.
Okay. Okay, so this waitress is a genius.
Can I get one too?
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil, the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis. But Sparks dissolve under the tongue. Dissolvables work faster than old school pills. Plus, tadalafil, the active ingredient in Cialis, stays in your system for long-lasting results. Faster acting and long-lasting? We got you. See if Sparks are right for you at ro.co/sparks.
Sports Network brought to you by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. By the OC Healthcare Agency, navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by Jack in the Box, get so much more in the new T-Pain Munchie Meal. Shots from last night. Nolan Shotwell's first career walk-off hit. The Angels beat the A's yesterday 2-1. Today down 3-0. And Brent Rooker is a big reason why. He's 3 for 3. Doubled and scored in the first. Homered his last time. And
triple away. Look, our Statcast will be powered by Google Cloud. The swing and misses for Kyle Hendricks today. 10 of 9 on his changeup for a team that hits a changeup very well. One on his four-seam fastball. Edges for the most part. One in the heart of the plate, but on the edges and chases. Now this is triple away for the cycle.
Soderstrom with a foul at home plate. No balls and a strike. It's the toughest one to get. The triple. Brent Rooker this year has 1. Soderstrom at the plate here. No balls and 1 strike. Ground ball to the left side, right at Newman. Underhand flip to Neto. Throw to first. Still got the double play. With that underhand flip, they might not have been able to turn it still, but they did.
That's how strong an arm Neto has. A conventional 5-6-3 double play. That's quick on the transfer, light on the throw.
First double play turned in this series by the Angels.
Wasn't any base runners in with Kikuchi and Soriano on the bump.
Ground ball up the middle as Zach Neto ranges over and makes that play in time to get Brown. 4 pitches in this inning for Kyle Hendricks.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you two looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
The first 25,000 fans Saturday, June 28th, will take on that plaid blanket courtesy of angels.ocnavigator.org. Visit angels.com/promotions to learn more about Christmas in June today. Is that Santa?
I'm already got the countdown calendar going.
It's OC Santa, I'm told.
That's how he rolls.
And how you look in the off season?
It would take me about 85 Christmases to get the beer going.
Travis d'Arnaud leads off here in the bottom of the 5th. He's behind 0-2. JP Sears has allowed 2 hits, both to Trout. He has 6 strikeouts, no walks. Angels, when things start to fall apart offensively, they just stop drawing walks. 7 strikeouts now for Sears, ties his season high. He's gotten d'Arnaud twice.
Hendricks has done a nice job today, really. Just 2 earned runs through 5 innings. A lot of times you feel that's enough. But so far, J.P. Sears has been excellent on the bump.
The only team that has walked less than the Angels have is Kansas City. But the Angels have struck out almost 200 times more than the Royals have. So the Royals just in general are making a lot of contact and not walking as much, but not striking out either. The Angels don't walk much, but they strike out a lot. They've struck out more than any other team in the major leagues. 1 ball, 1 strike on Adele.
For that one big swing yesterday was Travis d'Arnaud coming off the bench to spark the victory. It's Joe Adele right here. It's .667 versus slugging percentage versus breaking balls.
Angels have now struck out 644 times this year, the most in the majors. And the Red Sox aren't far behind them, but the Red Sox walk a lot too. Swing and a miss by Adele. The Angels do hit their fair share of home runs. They have 4th most in the majors, 95 home runs this year. Joe Adele has 12 of them, 6 in the last few weeks. And he strikes out. 8 strikeouts for Sears. 2 outs. Golick and Golick featuring Mike Golick Sr., Mike Golick Jr. airing on FanDuel Sports Network all week long starting at noon. They're bringing the heat. They have bold takes. How about that? Big personalities and some of the biggest names in sports. Don't miss the action weekdays at noon only on FanDuel Sports Network. Running through commissioners, they've had Rob Manfred and Adam Silver on their show this week.
They showed that walk-off by Charnwell last night.
1, 2, 3 for J.P. Sears, a 9-pitch 5th.
Talent-wise, with the Correas and the Royce Lewises and the Buxtons firing at the height of their power, they're probably the most talented team.
Royce Lewis puts his team on top.
Postseason monster, we all know that.
Grand slam, Carlos Correa.
With Byron Buxton, it's the tools, the speed, the power.
He knows one speed, and that's to go get it.
I think that we're a great team. I think we know we're a great team.
The Twins have the most talent in that division.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks.
There's a guy who
The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball.
This place doesn't know what hit them.
These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues.
Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
Baltimore after the game today. Friday night will be on Apple TV Plus. Jack Kohanowitz against Charlie Morton. Saturday, an afternoon game, late afternoon in Baltimore time. Tyler Anderson against Tomoyuki Sugano. And then on Sunday, Kikuchi and Cade Povich.
Completely different rotation than we saw last season with Baltimore.
Charlie Morton back in the rotation now. He's working his way back in. Angels did see Sugano that time when the Orioles were here. Cade Povich will start that Sunday game.
2-for-2 day already. Max Muncy, 3-0 count. He's got the green light here, though.
It's in there for a strike. Kate Povich, any relation to Maury Povich or his dad? You know, Maury Povich's dad was a great sports writer, Shirley Povich, for the Washington Post. Used to serve as the master of ceremonies at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown every year. It's a slow bouncer toward the middle. It's Zach Neto making the play for out number 1. Muncy retired, and J.J. Bleday will bat after we take a look at the lunch menu from Jack in the Box.
We killed it with your new Munchie meal, T-Pain.
Pretty much, Jack.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It's 8 ground ball outs today for Kyle Hendricks.
Inside of Rooker, he's handled the A's pretty well today. Rooker has a double and a run scored and a home run. Bleday looks at a strike. Shirley Povich was all over that baseball documentary that Ken Burns did. Came out in the mid-90s covering the history of the game. Ball, 1 strike on Bleday. Probably the quickest way to get all caught up on the history of baseball from before color TV. Go back and watch that Ken Burns documentary. Or read a lot.
Yes.
If you think reading's overrated, then watch the documentary. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bleday, who broke his bat.
Is there pictures in those books? I got a shot.
On the video board, Bleday would pick Johnny Depp to play him in a movie. Johnny Depp's like almost 60. Couldn't play a baseball player. Bleday with a fly ball to right center field, hit pretty well. Adele's back for it all the way at the wall. Leaps up and he makes the catch right up against the top of the wall.
Well, he's been working at that a lot. Bo Porter to have that fly ball machine going back to the wall to be able to time a jump. Knowing how many steps you got before you get to the wall.
Nice play by Adele. 2 outs now. Luis Urias the batter. Kyle Hendricks only 2 earned runs allowed in 5 2/3 innings. The 1 unearned run was scored by Urias. So we'll see Adele again.
Ball's hit pretty well. Gets back there comfortably. Knows how many steps to the wall. Able to jump up and make the play again. A lot of work the last couple of days. Working on those fly balls deep towards the wall and how to time your jump. Lugo was out there with him, but a ton of action and work over the last few nights before the day game today.
2 balls and no strikes on Urias. It's outside the zone, 3-0. Urias, a leadoff double in the 4th inning, went to 3rd on an error by Taylor Ward and scored on a sac fly from Max Schumann. The A's with 3 runs on 7 hits against Hendricks. Just 2 hits for the Angels against J.P. Sears, both Mike Trout singles.
Trout with both of those hits over 111 miles per hour exit velocity.
Brock Burke throwing now in the Angels bullpen. Out in front, a bouncer to Neto with the charge and throw to end the inning.
The Braves have staying power.
Just an absolute powerhouse. Big-time bombers in the lineup that could really, really hurt you. They're going to be a force again.
Your 2024 National League Cy Young Award winner.
This is what the greats do. Watch him go to work.
Swing and a miss. What a way to finish for Chris Sale.
Explosiveness with the velocity, with the nastiness of his pitches.
The man is on fire. He is MLB Sonic the Hedgehog. That's what I do every day. Play baseball and have fun.
Braves just keep on rolling.
I want to talk about the Angels. They're my big surprise team of 2025.
The Angels make sure the halo will shine brightly tonight.
The energy level and the swag and the confidence.
It is Trevor here.
Game's on notice.
Magneto Magnificent.
High octane. It is fuel. It is hot. It's coming at you in a big way.
It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way.
The Halos are unstoppable right now.
These two have worked extremely hard as far as the direction, the steps towards the warning track and getting back to the wall to be able to time a leap, be able to bring a baseball back, and he did that. That was the last play he made yesterday going back into today. Got back to the warning track, leaps up, and controls the baseball in the glove. That hard work with Bo Porter worked out for Joe Adell. So Arco top-tier play.
Kevin Newman leads off the bottom of the 6th inning. This will be the last time the Angels are up in the 2nd time through the order here. And Newman lines a base hit to lead it off. So now it's the 3rd time through. And see if the swings start to improve against Sears.
Yeah, 346 batting average against him the 3rd time through. It's a good start. Newman, base hit.
Sears has not made it through 6 innings in a game since April 17th, actually since May 4th. The game was in Miami. Zach Neto at the plate here with a man on. It's ball 1 from Sears. Sears threw a wild pitch in his last start. It's notable because he hadn't thrown one in his previous 50 consecutive starts. Actually tied the longest streak by an A's pitcher, matching Catfish Hunter, the Hall of Famer who did a 50 start streak without a wild pitch in the late 60s.
50 straight starts?
Yeah.
Take an inning.
Swing and a miss. Sears only has 3 wild pitches in his career in 495 innings. He had 2 in 2023 and none last year. He has 1 now this year. Angels have their leadoff man on, and now they have 2 men on. Neto lines a base hit. Newman will stop at second base as Brown gets it in. Back-to-back sharply hit singles the other way.
And they got the bullpen going now. Especially knowing that Trout has had 2 really good swings against Sears so far, with Shonewall up the dish now. Another good swing by Neto. That was 105, just like his first at bat that Shubman made a great play on.
Here comes Scott Emerson, the pitching coach for the A's, and as you said, I would think the hustle here is to get this man ready in the bullpen for Trout. That's Grant Holman, who was the opener for the A's on Monday. I would imagine this would be the last batter for Sears facing Nolan Shonewell, with Trout due up next, already 2 for 2 today. We'll see how it shakes out here as we take a ride with Kia. to Nolan Shotwell, who had the walk-off hit yesterday and has been on fire. His numbers against the A's this year, hitting over 500. He has 10 hits in his last 27 at-bats. So the strike here from Sears.
So far in this game, Shotwell has not read the ball well out of his hand of Sears, though. And the third time through. See if that damage could be done.
Almost hit him. 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 pitches off the plate inside.
It's in there, and it's 2-2.
That's a perfect spot. Pitcher's pitch.
Entering today, Shotwell hitting .330, dating back all the way to May 3rd. Span of 34 games. He's gotten on base roughly 44% of the time. Trying to keep it moving here with first and second, nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Shotwell. Swings and misses on a fastball for strike 3. 9th strikeout for Sears. You almost never see Shotwell miss a pitch right down the middle like that.
He was thinking extra bases on that one too, but he tied him up just enough.
That'll be it for Sears. Grant Holman will face Trout. The Angels try to claw back, down 3-0 here in the 6th.
San Diego's a dangerous team.
Man, they have enough talent to run the table.
Every game here is like a party. Manny Machado walks it off!
Fans are also playing a part. They're affecting the game.
Fernando Tatis Jr., electric!
The team that we got in there, man, we're ready to compete. We're ready to handle the unfinished business that we have.
The towels flying, the fans going nuts.
Welcome to Slam Diego!
This is a guy who has MVP type potential.
Luis Robert is one of the most talented players in the league.
Great nickname, La Pantera.
La Pantera can do it anywhere on the field.
He has the potential to be a 30-30 guy that can knock in 95 to 100 runs.
As a fan of the game, there's nobody I enjoy watching in center field than Mr. Luis Robert.
La Pantera!
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and
compassionate expert care for everyone in the region. Learn more at UCIHealth.org. And by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga, conveniently located right off the I-15 in Temecula. Some Gatorade bath here last night. Oh. Angels came back to win with a walk-off in the bottom of the 10th. Now trying to come from behind again today. They've had a lot of comeback wins, even later in games than where they are right now. The Angels have had 5 wins when trailing entering the 8th inning this year. They have had 8 wins in games where they are trailing or tied after 8 innings. The Giants are the only team ahead of them on both lists.
Holman's fastball, 92-96, splitter, slider.
Here's Trout. He's the tying run. Takes ball 1 from Holman. The A's bullpen has been a sore spot, to say the least. A 7.53 ERA in their last 33 games. Called strike into 21. Holman has allowed 3 home runs in 23 games this year.
There's a splitter quite a bit. 1-0 counts and 1-1 counts to right-handed batters.
Newman and Neto started this inning with singles. They're on first and second with 1 out. Trout lays off that slider ball 2. Bullpen ERA dating back to the beginning of May. It's just not very pretty right now, however you slice it, for the A's pitching staff. It's in the hand to this bullpen, still with a ways to go. Two balls, 2 strikes now on Trout.
And that splitter right in Trout's zone, too.
Lays off the slider again. So now 3-2. What do you expect to see?
I think he goes right back to a splitter.
He puts it where the last one was. See if Trout can handle it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trout the tie run at the plate. And it is ball 4. Gabe Morales was about to call strike 3, but he stopped once McIver dropped the ball.
That was all over the strike zone. Everyone is shocked. I think even Mike Trout was shocked on that one.
It popped out of the mid of the catcher. Watch the umpire.
And that's all over the strike zone.
He was about to ring it up, and then he stopped once the ball popped out of the mid of the catcher. So the bases are loaded now, and it's Taylor Ward at the plate. Time is called by the home plate umpire here. He's going to kick some dirt off home plate. Angels catch a huge break. Mark Kotze in disbelief if things couldn't get any worse for the A's right now. Bases loaded with 1 out. Taylor Ward swings and misses.
Again, just looking for that home cooking. Need to get that going. Now he's pointed to home the catcher there, McIver, but a strike's a strike.
Bad miss by Gabe Morales. The Angels catch a break, and Taylor Ward takes ball 1. Remember, Ward has 6 career grand slams. Just 2 off the all-time Angels lead, which belongs to Garrett Anderson. He's hit a couple this year, 1 against the A's.
That splitter was nasty.
Now the count 1-2. And Ward gets hit by the pitch.
That splitter slipped out of his hand after a perfect 1-1 before. And a hit by pitch. Another break.
The Angels being invited right back into this game. First by the home plate umpire, now by the pitcher Holman, making a mistake with 2 strikes, hitting Taylor Ward.
After that swing like that, the one before, he tried to go back to another split and made it even better, but he didn't get the grip on that, and it slipped right out. You kind of push your thumb through that one.
JP Sears not happy with the home plate umpire.
Imagine this could be a conversation right here going out to the mound.
Scott Emerson, the pitching coach, who is making this mound visit. See if he does say a word to the umpire. Didn't look like it. Mark Kotze not usually shy to get his words in toward the home plate umpire. I mean, he's not supposed to call it a ball just because the catcher dropped it. Angels, though, have gotten a run, and they still have a chance for more here. Bases loaded, 1 out with Soler at the plate. He takes ball 1 on that splitter from Holman.
You just got to be patient against him here. You got to bring him in the zone, especially after that pitch right there.
Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Normally with Trout at second base, you'd say a base hit would tie it here, although Trout's not quite running at full speed yet. It's the tying run at second. Neto in front of him at third. Soler way out in front. Ball, 2 strikes. Soler's 0 for 2. He has struck out and lined out today. Angels have a run, looking for more. 2-2 now on Soler.
That's a show pitch right there to go back to the splitter.
Imagine we'll see that here on 2-2. It's bounced up the middle. Schumann not able to get it. It's into center field. Neto scores. Here comes Trout. The game tied as Jorge Soler with a seeing eye single knocks in 2.
Boy, you talk about some breaks in this inning. Halo's getting quite a few of them. Made contact. That's the most important thing. Soler made contact. Both middle infielders going for that ball at the same time. This might get interesting.
Well, somebody just got thrown out of the game, and I think it was J.P. Sears, the starting pitcher. He is being held back in the A's dugout. Not sure if Marcotte even saw that. But Sears, who was in line for the win, is irate with Gabe Morales, the home plate umpire, after missing that 3-2 pitch that was called ball 4 to Trout and really turned the game on its ear. Marcotte is waiting for someone to come and tell him to make this change. Interestingly, Andy Fletcher, the third base umpire, is the one that goes over. Gabe Morales stays at home plate as the A's make a change here.
The Mets were a great story last season.
This is Fubo. It's a better way to watch ESPN and other top sports networks. Plus, get coverage of your local teams all year long. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play!
An absolute beast unleashed.
You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss, yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing it, never miss it, back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
Crowd. The Angels have gotten some breaks here in the 6th inning, really 3 in a row. If you think about it, Mike Trout should have been called out on strikes. Instead, the ball was dropped by the catcher and ball 4 was called instead. Taylor Ward got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded with 2 strikes. And Jorge Soler hit about a 75 bouncer that 2 A's infielders went after and neither could reach.
Yeah, you just at that point, you're just trying to knock it down to prevent that tying run from scoring. Unable to do that just like that. Tie game. Chance to keep adding on here, take the lead.
The pitcher is Osvaldo Bido. We've seen him as a starter in the past. It's Travis d'Arnaud to whiff on a first pitch slider.
This fastball is pretty firm, 93, 97. Throw a cut fastball, slider that you saw there, changeup. d'Arnaud's looking to get something to drive in the air.
Bido's allowed 10 homers in his 10 games this year. Bounces that one. A good job by McIver to keep it at home plate. The go-ahead run now at third base, Taylor Ward.
Got to take advantage of this, take that lead now.
Angels trying to sweep the A's for the second time this year. No, late on that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Percentage of the time I'll go with his slider here. 1-2. Your righty.
Fly ball, center field. This will give the Angels the lead as Brown backs up to get under it and make the catch. Taylor Ward comes home. It is 4-3 Halos here in the 6th.
Clutch at bat for Darno, especially with 2 strikes. You have the 2 strikeouts in the game. Clutch. Go ahead. RBI sac fly. Travis Starr, yes.
The Angels in the outfield are here. No wonder things have turned around.
There's no doubt.
Wondering where all these breaks were coming from.
It's Christopher Lloyd and Tony Danza when you need them. Right here tonight.
The White Sox think they have it going on with the Pope. Got the Angels in the outfield.
Yes.
Joe Adell couldn't hold his swing. No balls and 1 strike. Angels have come back from a 3-0 deficit now to take a 4-3 lead. Looks like Ryan Zefferjohn is readying in the bullpen. Kyle Hendricks now in line for the win. Adell hammers it. If it's fair, it's gone, but it hooks foul.
Wow, he's hit a couple baseballs real far foul today. Kyle Hendricks has pitched well enough to put himself in that position, going 6 innings, is 2 earned runs.
On top of that, the Mariners lost again in Arizona today. So if the Angels do win, they'll tie Seattle for 2nd place in the American League West. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Adell.
Good job by McIver to keep that one in front. That was well out in front of the plate.
Balls, 2 strikes now on Adell, the 8th batter of this inning. Kevin Newman and Zach Neto started this inning with back-to-back singles. Shotwell strike out. That was the last batter for J.P. Sears, and as soon as he left the game, chaos ensued, starting with Grant Holman out of the A's bullpen. And now Joe Adell straightens one out and hits it out. A 2-run rocket.
Joe Adell on a fastball. He seared that one out. Joe Adell says hello again. 13th home run of the year, and he is smashing the baseball in the month of June.
His 7th home run in his last 15 games. He's at 6 in June, and the Angels have a 6-run inning.
That was 111 off the bat, going 422. Worked its way up to our truck.
Some loud contact, and now Renifo lines a base hit. The Angels will bat around here in this inning. 6 runs have scored. Now another man on base for Newman.
Boy, what a swing that was for Adell. Got that extension out, his balance. Just that little bit of a leg lift and getting that foot down, and you love it, that energy for Adell. It's pretty good when your number 7 batter in your lineup has 13 home runs. Go along with 34 RBIs.
Osvaldo Bido now has allowed 11 home runs in 11 appearances this year. Most of those as a starter, but he has given one up here as a reliever, and it's Joe Adell who smashes one for a 6-run inning.
Well, we got our headsets on, and we can hear that baseball to bat at Adell all the way up here.
That rang my ears, didn't it?
Yes. Sounds sealed and delivered for Adell.
(6-3) now. The Angels up by 3 all of a sudden. Kevin Newman has his 2nd hit of the inning.
Hello, Newman.
Luis Renifo ends up at third base. The Angels aren't done yet.
This is giving Zach Neto another chance to swing the bat in this inning.
Here comes Scott Emerson again.
He's wearing out that path.
He's gotten his steps in this inning. Well, everything changed with a bad call. You know, for those who will talk about the umpiring and say that they don't have that much involvement in a game. Well, this one pitch changed everything.
I mean, this is all over the strike zone, too.
A huge break for the Angels to have that call go in their favor. I mean, otherwise it would have been first and second, 2 outs with Taylor Ward coming up. Instead, bases loaded, 1 out. Then Ward gets hit by a pitch with 2 strikes to bring in a run. Soler found the outfield somehow on a ball that bounced 20 times up the middle of the field. Sac fly and a home run since then. A 6-run inning has been staged here as the Angels still have a chance to knock in even more with Zach Neto at the plate.
When you go back how well Sears threw the baseball today for the Athletics, he was dominant. 9 strikeouts, no walks.
2 balls, no strikes on Neto. J.P. Sears will get a no decision for his effort today. And an ejection as well. Ball was hit twice, once by Neto and then once by Shonowell, and the on-deck circle got his bat on it.
Well, it's not unusual for Shonowell to make contact.
Every break has gone the Angels' way in this inning. The A's bullpen continues to have its issues. 3 runs charged to Holman, 1 to Beto, 2 to the starter Sears. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. It's what we talked about earlier. Mark Kotsay, he's running out to pull his starter as soon as possible, and it doesn't make any sense with this bullpen being as bad as it's been.
I think the fact that Trout was coming up in the 2 swings he had against him, that's why that decision was made.
Sears had only thrown 82 pitches. They're going from first.
It's not a bad idea, too, especially worst case scenario to get draw a throw, but it didn't look like there was anybody covering it. We're going to give him the bag if it was out of the strike zone.
Even if you like the matchup of a reliever against Trout, they still got to face all these other guys with this bullpen that's been terrible.
So true, Wayne. And the way Sears had thrown the ball, tough to take him out.
And 82 pitches as well. I mean, it's what we've seen throughout this series. Mark Kotsay's running out there to pull his pitchers to go to a bullpen that's been dreadful. Pop up here. See if the Angels can catch another break with this ball up in the sky. But it is caught by Lawrence Butler. 6 runs, what an inning, and what a smash by Joe Adell.
Did he say hello?
Hello.
Kansas City's hot. They are relentless. And Bobby Witt Jr. is piping hot.
One big swing from the Royal superstar.
The greatest player on earth right now.
You become like a massive, massive force.
Salute indeed to El Capitan.
You have to work more. You have to sacrifice yourself more.
That's the type of baseball that wins come postseason.
Just the team that we have, just doing things 1 pitch at a time, 1 inning at a time. It's just so much fun.
We do not talk about this superstar enough, and that's Rafael Devers.
6th straight game with a home run.
Jarren Duran is an extra base machine.
I've just always been like that guy that keeps his head down and works hard.
Swing and a miss.
Crochet's got that kind of electric stuff.
This green monster is tailor-made for Alex Bregman.
Chapman, great fit for the Red Sox.
This was the piece that they really needed.
The guy's a winner. He's got all the talent.
The Red Sox are a much better team this year than they were last year.
Games throughout the season for our Heritage-themed ticket packages. Each ticket package purchased through Angels.com/heritage includes a customized jersey along with a ticket to the game. Fans must purchase through Angels.com/heritage to receive their special jersey. Angels bullpen now enters with a 3-run lead. Joe Adell taking part in a 6-run inning, smacking a 2-run homer. Now Ryan Zefferjon throws strike 1 to Willie McIver.
First pitch cutter. He's been running his fastball pretty firm at 97-98. It's cutter, sharp, and sweeper.
Balls in a strike on McIver. Now it's 0-2. Hendricks 2 earned runs in 6 innings, turned in a quality start. Another good effort from the Angels starters in this series. Balls 2 strikes. Foul from McIver. The Angels starters going 20 1/3 innings over these 3 games, allowing just 4 runs, 3 earned, and combining for 20 strikeouts.
And a lot of strikes thrown. Limited the walks. And 1 walk today by Kyle Hendricks.
Ball 2 strikes now on McIver. The Angels have used just 5 starting pitchers all year. It's tougher and tougher to do. For the last few weeks, they've been the only team in the major leagues that can say that. The last team that dropped off, the Giants, they dropped off like 3 weeks ago. That is right there. Strike 3.
After a sweeper, the cheese, 99.
1 out in the 7th. Well, the Angels relievers have turned the corner over the last month, and really Reed Detmers is the headliner of the group at this moment.
14 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts. He's been in some tight spots and performing at the highest level. Everybody's been asking me, what do you think, starter? I go, this role he's in right now out of the bullpen, I think you stay with that for the foreseeable future. You know, when you go in the next season, everything changes, but I think he's really become comfortable in that spot. And it's tough to get stretched out to be a starter anymore at this point.
All those strikes on Max Schumann as he fouls 1 off. I mean, Detmers has been so valuable now as 7th inning or 8th inning center man. He picked up the win in the 10th inning yesterday, getting 2 strikeouts with the automatic runner at second base, not to mention his first major league save at Fenway last week. 1 ball, 1 strike on Schumann. A weak swing there on a pitch that Zefferjon probably could use a little more of that fastball.
Yeah, when he's been throwing that fastball a lot more of late, and it's really made his other 2 pitches that much better.
Balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned the Mariners' loss in Arizona today. The Diamondbacks winning 5-2. That puts Seattle at 33-34, a game under 500. That could be the Angels' record if they win here today. Eugenio Suarez had a grand slam in that game for the Diamondbacks against his former team. So the Mariners also had to put Bryce Miller back on the IL.
If you remember all those years, those 5 starters were taking that turn all the time for Seattle.
3-2 now on Schumann. I want to lose him at the top of the order next. Lawrence Butler on deck.
We'll challenge it with that 97, 99 mile an hour fastball right here.
Yeah, just fire it in there and see what happens. 3-2. See a cutter, and it was fouled.
comes down to what pitch you feel most comfortable and make sure you can throw a strike with it.
Three balls and 2 strikes. That does not go the Angels' way on the outside edge. Ball 4. A man on here with 1 out as Lawrence Butler will bat.
Tried that cutter. Could have been called a strike. Borderline pitch though.
Now Ron Washington wants a word with Zephyr-John with top of the order coming up here. Rooker has had a huge day. Lawrence Butler hasn't done anything yet in this series. He's 0 for 11, but he's always dangerous at the plate. Butler has struck out in 5 of those 11 at bats so far in this series. Angels trying to sweep the A's, make it a 5-1 homestand and pull themselves to within a game of 500. Baltimore for 3 games starting Friday. They're in New York against the Yankees next week.
Big batter here, especially with Rooker on deck. He's already got a single, double, and a home run in this game. And a lot of power at the plate here. Butler.
Strike 1 to Butler.
A lot of power in that fastball for Zephyr-John.
Angels entered the day only 3 games out of the last playoff spot in the American League. Long way to go, but Angels are playing better. I'm going to miss by Butler. It's 0-2.
Gas upstairs again.
So the Royals had to put Cole Reagans on the IL today with a rotator cuff strain.
Such a big part of their rotation. That hurts the Royals.
And a wild card mix as well. 0-2. Soft bouncer near the mound as Zephyr-John grabs it and flips to first for the out.
That's a really good play. I don't know. That's going to be a real tough play for Rengifo. Even though he was coming in on that baseball, that's a play you have to make as a pitcher.
So 2 outs. Brent Rooker is a triple away from the cycle. Will Jared Walsh hit for the cycle on this date in June of 2022 against the Mets?
Boy, he had that. I loved his swing.
It was the first time I was ever in this ballpark. Little did I know I would be coming here a lot.
Yes.
And Brent Rooker with a fly ball left center field, hit well. It's Adele back. He leaps and he's out of room. It's another home run for Rooker, and it's a 1-run game.
He'll cut it right down the heart of the plate, and he just went dead center with it.
Brent Rooker is 4 for 4 today with 3 runs scored and 3 runs batted in, 2 home runs. He has been a one-man wrecking crew for the A's here this afternoon.
Just like that, the A's right back in the game now.
So it's 6-5, and now Soderstrom is the batter. Swings through that cutter. Got to be careful with Rooker here. It was a first pitch right in there.
Yep. And he's hit done a lot of his damage on the first pitch. We talked about that game 1 of this series.
Rooker with a big day today. He now has 15 home runs on the year.
He's got 3 home runs on the first pitch put in play.
I don't know the availability of Jacob Wilson today. Not in the lineup, but possible we see him in a big spot as this game gets later. Now a 1-run game again.
You have Kurtz too available.
Yeah, don't forget about Kurtz. Certainly a big bat on the left side. Marcotte not going to those guys just yet, but getting later and later here. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Soderstrom. And that ball is crushed but foul. Zephyr John's given up 5 home runs now this year. Inside out swing and a base hit. Now Seth Brown is due up, and we'll see if the Angels make a move. Looks like they will. Brock Burke will be the new pitcher.
Man, these seats. Right? I wonder how the other guys are doing.
I spent hours finding a deal on these.
Trash. You should have used Game Time. The easiest way to find only the best deals for the best seats with their Game Time picks. What time is it? Game Time.
Should have used Tick Pick.
Wait, what'd you say?
Tick Pick. Look.
Oh, whoa, whoa, dude.
What? There are no hidden fees. What'd you guys think I said?
Oh, Tick Pick. I thought you said.
As a parent, your plate is usually full long before dinner time rolls around. That's why Home Chef's family menu is making it easier than ever to sit down and eat together. Delicious 4-serving meals packed with family-friendly flavors are just a delivery away. Our fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and simple recipe steps save you time and money while making it easy to sit down for a family meal everyone will love. Home Chef's family menu, solving family dinner, one meal at a time. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
Gotten 2 back to make it a 1-run Angel lead. It's Brock Burke trying to protect it. Left-hander due up. It'll be Austin Wynns to pinch hit for Seth Brown, facing Brock Burke here.
All of a sudden, this is a battle. Wynns has some pretty good power.
Two outs with Soderstrom at first, the tying run. Wynns batting for Brown. Wynns just making his A's debut this week, takes ball 1. Again, shows me that Wilson's not available, that it's not him here. We'll see as this game goes along if Wilson does come out for an at bat. 1 ball and no strikes on Austin Wynns. Burke misses the outside corner. Ball 2. Max Muncy is on deck. Brent Rooker 4 hits today. 3rd time in his career he's had 4 hits in a game.
And 3 extra base hits, including 2 home runs.
Ball 3 from Burke. Thinking about Detmers. Sure, we're on Washington, saving him for the 8th inning, maybe. Kenley Jansen has pitched back-to-back days. He only threw a couple pitches in the game on Monday as he came in to get the final out. Three balls, 1 strike on Wynns, with Muncy to follow here in the 7th. Foul makes it 3-2.
It's unusual for the Halos and the A's to play a 1-run game. There's been a lot of them. Go back to 2002. A lot of close games. Even though the Angels have had their number this season, a lot of them have been close 1-run games.
Foul on 3-2. Soderstrom is running on the pitch. Kind of leads to. Tying run on base here in the 7th. 3-2 the count on Wynns. Ball 4. 4 base runners in this inning, 3 of them against Zephyr-John, and now Burke walks the first batter he faces. Bring up Max Muncy, who has 2 hits with an RBI today.
Another pinch runner.
Denzel Clark is running for wins, so Clark will stay in the game to play center field after Brown was lifted for a pinch hitter. Now out for a visit with Burke here as the Angels are laboring in this 7th inning. Formula lately has been Detmers in the 8th and Jansen in the 9th. So if Ron Washington goes back to that today, there is an off day tomorrow. 2 out, 2 on. Chopper foul off the bat of Muncy.
Have to make a play in the infield here.
Ball 1 strike. Padres still behind the Dodgers 4-2. That game's in the 8th. Michael Kopech walked the bases loaded, but Anthony Bonda got the Dodgers out of trouble. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Great arm action on his changeup.
East Coast night games are about to start, including Detroit and Baltimore. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Muncy. Burke trying to get out of the inning, and he does with a strikeout. Angels hold the lead. The A's get closer, though. It's 6-5.
I'll give you this brand new
electric vehicle
if you can prove to me you know your finances. How many subscriptions are you paying for?
Just 3.
You sure? Let's download the Rocket Money app right now and see if you're right. It's actually 21 subscriptions, which is costing you around $370 a month.
The app is telling you all this?
Rocket Money shows you all your expenses in one place and even helps you suggest a budget based on your past spending. Don't worry about the 21 subscriptions. You can cancel them right within the app. It'll even try and get you some of your money back.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
Turn on baseball's biggest game changer, MLB Big Inning. Experience live baseball in a whole new way with up to 4 games on a single screen.
He is on fire.
MLB Big Inning, every game night on MLB.tv.
Some bells were ringing to give the Angels their wings, and these guys have brought some good fortune to the Angels. They've seen a couple of walk-off wins this year. Denzel Clark has taken over in center field. Angels would like to win it more traditionally today. They have the lead right now thanks to a big 6th inning, scoring 6 times, rallying back from a 3-run deficit. Shonowell had a tough time against J.P. Sears, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Now facing the right-hander Osvaldo Bido.
See, Shonowell's chased much out of the zone, but he did against Sears.
So swung and missed on the pitch right down the middle against Sears, which you don't see much from Shonowell either. Maybe he didn't get to sleep last night. He said he would have a hard time going to sleep after his walk-off hit. Maybe that's what happened.
Yes.
Ball 2 strikes, still batting .455 against A's pitching this year. That's hit hard toward right. Butler comes in, dives, and he trapped it, a base hit.
Good swing there for Sean Noel. This can't contain him. You could try to. Can't slow him down.
His 11th hit against the A's this year. Butler gave it all he could, but trapped it.
Pretty fortunate to be able to keep that in front of him, too. Nice play by Butler. Aggressive play. It gets by him. That's a triple. Sean Noel, we saw how quickly he can go first.
After a walk-off, he certainly did. Here's Trout, who's been on base 3 times today. It's the 4th time that Trout has been on base 3 times in a game this year. All 4 times have come since he got off the IL a couple weeks ago. Not even a couple weeks ago.
Looking for those insurance runs. The Halos have been so good this season, responding after opponent scores some runs.
Strike from Beto. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, that's the combo.
Well,
Santa with the Angels.
We say you can't beat fun at the old ballpark. You never know what's going to happen here.
I'll be right back. Wait. I'm running down and jumping in there.
Broken bat roller toward first. Soderstrom gets it to second base for 1. Over to first. It's too late to turn 2. Shonowell got all tangled up with Schumann at second base. Nice takeout slide by Shonowell.
See that too often anymore. That's a good play by Shonowell. Somewhere Hal McRae's kind of happy about that slide. Not quite Hal McRae. We just don't even go into a slide, but it was still effective.
It was Shonowell absorbing the contact over there at second base. He's forced out. Now Trout at first. Taylor Ward due up. Looking for a new baseball, looks like. Taylor Ward hit by a pitch. Got an RBI for it last time. It was with the bases loaded. His 46th run batted in.
That was a break there too, because after that pitch before was a nasty splitter. He chased that in the zone.
In there for a strike. Angels with wins in 6 of their last 8 games. They've averaged 5.5 runs in that time, and they're up a 6-5 lead today. It's Connor Brogdon up in the bullpen. Makes you wonder who's not available. Is it Detmers or is it Jansen? There's Kenley. There he's in the dugout. There's your answer. It's Jansen.
Yes. That's the only way to contain him from not saying he's ready to pitch out of the bullpen is keep him down in the dugout.
It's a high strike, 1 and 2 on Ward. Jansen did pitch on Monday. Remember, Ron Washington brought him into the game with 2 outs in the 9th inning with a 3-run lead. It was not a safe situation. Jansen retired the only batter that he faced, and he worked an inning yesterday. It's a hard ground ball to short. Schumann gets it to second for 1, and it's turned for a double play.
Never clean your gutters again with LeafGuard. LeafGuard's seamless design keeps leaves, pests, and sediment out while directing water away from your home, preventing wood rot and foundation decay, giving you peace of mind that your home and family are protected from water damage with the industry's premier maintenance-free gutter system. Call 844-6LeafGuard right now for 75% off installation plus $200 off your purchase. LeafGuard, get it today. Protected for life.
I think the sneaky team to watch is the Giants.
It's going to be fun to watch this staff. That is the best ballpark in the world to pitch in San Francisco.
A lot of experience up top.
I like where this team's headed.
High drive! It is out of here! doesn't get any better than this.
Logan Webb might be the most underappreciated quality starting pitcher in all of baseball.
If this Giants team is going to make noise, it's going to be because of their starting rotation.
Yeah. For me, it's really important for us to establish an identity.
You're going to be talking about the Giants in September again.
Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more information regarding the Friends and Family Fun Pack, call 714-4-ANGELS or visit angels.com/funpack. Fun day, been a fun homestand. The Angels have won 4 out of 5, and they're trying to sweep the A's today. Leading 6-5 thanks to a 6-run 6th inning. A man short in the bullpen. Their closer, Kenley Jansen, evidently not available today, so Connor Brogdon will pitch this 8th inning.
Because of where the lineup was set up for the Athletics last half inning, you had Zephyr going in there. Now he's not available, out of the game now. Same thing with Brock Burke.
Looks like in a save situation today would be Reed Detmers. Earned his first major league save against the Red Sox last week. Brogdon's got to get it there first. Lede due to lead off, then Urias and McIver. Don't know if Jacob Wilson is available to pinch hit today. Find out here in the 8th or 9th inning. Brent Rooker will get at least another at bat today. He has been dynamic for the A's, 4 for 4 with 3 extra base hits, 2 home runs, and 3 runs batted in.
Strickland pitched yesterday, went 1 inning, 14 pitches. He's probably available today.
There's a strike to Blade, who's 0 for 3. Brogdon has mastered that changeup over the years. His fastball's been sharp too since coming to the Angels. There's a strike, and it's 1-2.
Good arm action on that changeup he has.
Ball left center field. Taylor Ward is over, and he will not get there. It's a base hit. Lede splits the outfielders on a ball that was in the air for a while. And he finds the outfield grass for a leadoff double in the tying run in scoring position to start this 8th inning.
Elevated changeup. He's able to get his arms extended. Keeps it down. He's got him out towards the end of the bat, but plays perfectly. The Halos are anticipating a bunt here.
Urias not showing bunt, takes strike 1. Tenth hit for the A's today. Their offense was quiet in the first 2 games of this series. A bit more offense in this one. Urias with a pop-up. Renifo is calling for it, and that's a big first out for Brogdon.
Yeah, big out, no advancement of the base runner. cutter off the plate.
McIver today 1 for 3, a double. He has struck out twice. Max Schumann, the number 9 batter on deck, as McIver. It's a fly ball to shallow right. Coming in for it is Jorge Soler. Long run, sliding. He's got it. Wow.
You got that big body to come sliding in. What a catch. What a catch. Dealing with that groin strain, comes in, covers a lot of ground, slides in. What a catch. Just before it hits the outfield grass and controls it.
Fine play by Jorge Soler. Now 2 outs in the inning. It's Schumann batting for himself. And the Angels not having to contend with Jacob Wilson. Missed yesterday's game with a hamstring injury and was not in there today. For a guy batting .366 with the tying run at second. It's instructive that he's not in there for this at bat, with Schumann taking ball 1. Big play by Soler. Two to Schumann. A leadoff double by Blades at second base now with 2 outs. Connor Brogdon trying to battle through the end of this inning. Top of the order will be batting next. Lawrence Butler is on deck.
Neris warming up in the bullpen. Mr. Split.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. Neris has been the troubleshooter out of the bullpen in tight moments. He's been able to come in and get that one big out with men on base. With Butler on deck, that could be what Neris is gearing up for, but Brogdon hoping to just end the inning right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Schumann, who has fouled out today. He's had a sac fly and he's walked and scored. Tough at bat, even he does not have the base hit capability of Wilson. Still puts the ball in play quite often. Balls, 2 strikes. Another pop-up. This one behind home plate, but it will be behind the field of play and out of play. Chance for Soler over toward the line, covering more ground, makes the catch in fair territory, and Connor Brogdon with some help from Jorge Soler works around.
Defense will be by Soler out there, the sliding catch, keep it a 1-run lead, and then gets the final out. Connor Brogdon loving that defense behind him in right field.
Lots of great baseball coming, and good guess, by the way.
Good luck trying to hit that, man. It's unhittable.
This is the show that never ends.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show, MLB Tonight, live at 5. Join Greg, Harold, and Dan, and a star-studded roster for a preview of all the night's matchups. Get a first look at the lineups.
Everything looks good right now for the Yankees.
First take from the players.
I'm just excited to put any pair of cleats on.
And the first of many breakdowns every game night. A full night of baseball starts at 5. MLB Tonight's national pregame show, live at 5 Eastern on MLB Network.
tying run at second base. He looks at a strike here from Beto. Soler also with a big base hit in this game. A 2-run single in the 6th inning gave the Angels a tie. Travis d'Arnaud had the go-ahead RBI with a sac fly, and then Joe Adell a 2-run homer. Some much-needed insurance at that time. They could use more insurance here too.
But what a play by Soler. Go back to a Hyundai key to the game today. Good vibrations, a lot of it in this game, especially after that 6-run 6th inning for the Halos to give them the lead after being behind 3. A lot of fun here. Beautiful day here at the ballpark. Afternoon game during the week.
Osvaldo Beto with a strikeout of Soler, who had only 1 RBI in his last 9 games. There's 2 today. Who would have thought Soler would ever make a lead-saving catch at any point this year?
It's a defensive run saved, isn't it?
Yeah, why not?
I'm giving it.
1 out. Here's d'Arnaud. 1 ball, no strikes. Reed Detmers is getting ready. Figured he would be the closer today once we saw Jansen sitting in the dugout in the 8th inning. 2 balls, no strikes on d'Arnaud. Detmers got his first big league save last week
in Fenway Park.
And some pretty cool company as well when he did that. 2 balls and a strike. First career save for Detmers, joining Nolan Ryan and Mike Witt as the only Angels to have a no-hitter and a save in franchise history. Although technically 2 others did it before the save became an official stat. I don't want Clyde Wright to call you on his rotary phone. I have to tell you that. But he was one of them. He had a no-hitter and a save before saves became official, and so did Bo Belinsky. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nolan Ryan had a save with the Angels in 1973. It was his last major league save. He had a couple early in his career with the Mets when he was still pitching out of the bullpen more often. There's a walk for d'Arnaud and a base runner with 1 out. Joe Adell has hit some balls hard today and finally got one inside the foul pole.
He smashed that one. 13th home run. Same matchup. That was on a fastball too.
Balls and a strike on Adell. Nolan Ryan got a save May 12th, 1973 here at the Big A against the White Sox. Pitched the last 2 innings in that game. Helped hand a loss to our guy Steve Stone. I wonder what the circumstances were. I guess part of it was because Ryan had started the day before and got knocked out in the 1st inning. So he must have not been happy with that performance and demanded to come in to get some work the next day as well.
Well, when no one says something, you listen.
Bobby Winkles was the manager of the Angels at the time. Nolan Ryan must have been bending his ear to pitch in that game to protect a late lead after he failed the team the day before as a starter. It's right in there to Adell. Strike 3. 2 outs. d'Arnaud at first. Calling all superheroes. We need you to play ball. Play ball weekend. Your mission is to step up to the plate, whether you're at your favorite ballpark or in your own backyard. Register for an event with your local team or play on your own. Learn more at playball.org/weekend. Ifo had a base hit his last time. Looks at a strike. Kevin Newman had 2 hits in that 6-run 6th inning. Last time an Angels third baseman had 2 hits in an inning. It's your guy David Freese. July of 2015.
Talk about a guy who was clutch though.
Looked pretty good in that one World Series game. Make sure Wash has his earbuds on before I say that.
Yeah, oh yes. That's a big hit as a halo too.
A's will have the top of their order up in the 9th inning. Butler, Rooker, and Soderstrom, and then Clark due up 4th. Imagine we might see Nick Kurtz or Wilson then. Swing and a miss. We'll see how it goes. A 1-run lead. Detmer's on his way in.
If you're a Rockies fan, they've got some young talent.
Pretty dynamic, everyday position club.
Starting to see some young guys with some serious talent. There's some speed and there's some pop.
I mean, I always keep a little chip on my shoulder.
He made the catch.
Crazy range, rocket arm.
They just need to have some guys that have breakout years. There's potential there to have that.
They're going to be competitive in every game.
Did he do it? Oh my goodness, what a play!
An absolute beast unleashed.
You are unbelievable.
Racking them up, all I do is win. Spot that hashtag like a boss, yeah, that's how I roll. Keep on nailing and never miss it back, enjoy the show.
Relive the biggest plays from every game with Abby LeVar on Quick Pitch. Late nights and early mornings on MLB Network.
You have the guy that's been their best reliever over the last few weeks. Reed Detmer's looking for his second save.
Yeah, throwing the ball exceptionally well. Has been 97 consistently with his heater. Curveball, loves to throw that get over curveball and nasty slider.
See that graphic, no respect for Bo Belinsky and Clyde Wright. Just explain this.
We have respect for Clyde and Bo.
Saves did not become an official stat until 1969, so it was a save. It was just a guy finishing the game back then. But now we have a stat for it, and it's a good one. Reed Detmers is trying to get his second big league save right here with Lawrence Butler due to lead off, and then Rooker and Soderstrom. So it won't be an easy ride here. The Angels cling to a 1-run lead, trying to sweep the A's for the second time this year. For a no-hitter and multiple saves in a year, Mike Witt is the only other Angel to do that as the stat became official. Strike one. The curveball has been a huge pitch for him.
Yeah, he's been able to throw that for a strike to get ahead of the count. And it's a pretty good bite to it. A little harder than normal. That was 75, usually 70 to 72.
Strike two on a slider.
Nasty slider there too. Get him to chase high fastballs.
Angels trying to make this a 5-1 homestand. Would be a game under 500 and tied for second in the division if they can hang on here. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
There was that high fastball. 98.
Butler, a rough series, but Brent Rooker has had a great day. 4 for 4. A double and 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored.
And he's been incredibly aggressive on the first pitch, with a lot of damage done on the first pitch.
There's the first pitch, a strike with the curveball. I believe that Detmers has never faced Rooker. Fly ball left center field, got it off the handle of the bat. Joe Adell has some room, 2 outs.
Big out, as hot as Rooker has been today.
He was aiming for it, but he just hit that one near the handle a bit.
Just a little bit high enough. At 97 in his zone.
So now it's Soderstrom, who has power. Left-handed batter. He's hit 14 home runs himself this year. 0-1 from Detmers, missing with that curve.
It was that first pitch more than anyone in baseball, really. That first pitch curveball. 48% of the time.
Trying to get a strike with it again on 1-0. He missed for ball 2. Denzel Clark is on deck. I wonder if that would be the plan if Soderstrom does get on base. 2-0. That's a strike. 2-1.
Slider, 91.
Detmers looks like a completely different guy out there.
Yep.
Only one of Soderstrom's homers this year have come against a lefty. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Slip slider away.
Backs in there. Strike 3. Say goodnight to the A's. Reed Detmers electric in the 9th. His second major league save, and the Angels sweep this series.
Wayne, Dexter is back. He's got that look, he's got that mentality, and he's got the dominance. And that was a strike. Right on the outside corner, unhittable spot, nasty slider. Reed Detmers, talk about locked in, stay in that role. 2 punch outs in the 9th. That is a wicked slider.
Rees through the top of the order.
And a sweep for the Halos. Just 1 game now under 500. There we go. There it is. Yes. Yes. The Angels are in the outfield today.
Celebrating only like Angels can.
They worked their magic in the 6th inning, I'll tell you that much. And then finish it off with Reed Detmers. Dexter, dominant.
Detmers has 23 strikeouts in his last 15 innings with only 1 run allowed. He gets the save after a 6-run 6th inning, and that call against Trout really turned this whole game around.
And then there too, after a nasty splitter hits Ward, and then a ground ball that eluded everyone up the middle by the pitcher, the shortstop, and second baseman. And Joe Adell says hello. Hello, Joe.
He's our Toyota player of the game. He's saying hello to Erica Weston right now.
Joe, big home run for you in the 6th inning. Showed a lot of emotions as you were rounding the bases. What were you feeling in that moment?
No, got a good pitch and, kept it fair that time. A couple of balls I hit today were foul, and, I was glad to keep one straight, and it was a big moment for us.
Yeah, you did have a couple long balls that were just foul. Did you feel like it was just a matter of time in one of your plate appearances to straighten one out?
Oh, no, that's what it is. It's about keeping it between the foul poles, so glad we got it done.
How about the catch by Jorge Soler to save a run there late in the ballgame?
It's huge. I mean, it just shows, his character, his willingness to go out and do whatever it takes to win, and it was pretty awesome to see.
Did you guys have sweep on the mind this afternoon?
Repeat that?
Did you guys have sweep on the mind this afternoon?
We did. We had the brooms in mind for sure.
Enjoy the win, Joe. Thanks for the time.
All right, thanks, Erica.
All right, guys.
That was a great effort. Joe Adell, good swings. That was a big 2-run blast, but Reed Detmers, man, he's dealing.
We'll be back to wrap it up.